on your wrist, a plain Jane.
The following video is broadcasting live, and thank you for being my studio audience. Thank you for hitting thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy.
What up and welcome back. It's your girl Jane, the plainest Jane, and we got some syrup to get into. So come on in, hit thumbs up. As I always tell you, stickies, okay? Things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life, and we need to get into Young Thug Gunna and all of YSL's indictments, all right? It's more of a saddening and disheartening situation than anything, because for the life of me, I don't understand why, and I mean, I get it, but I don't understand why our black men decide to turn to the streets when they have all the money, all the access, all the resources they need for themselves, their children, and their entire family. When we speak about Young Thug has a net worth of $8 million. $8 million, and he still finds the need to get his hands dirty and do things in the streets. But there's another side to that too. He's been accused of a lot, and I won't say whether he's done all the things he's been accused of, but he definitely has a lot of involvement, hence why we're here today talking about these transcripts that I got my hands on today. As you come on in and hit thumbs up, pay your fare when you on my bus, we are going over the 88-page indictment filled with accusations of stolen guns, murder, meth, hydrocodone, intent to distribute. There's a lot of stuff that we have going on. So let's get through these 88 pages, these transcripts, and break down the entire situation. And yes, we are having an after show after this show for the members only. If you are a channel member, it's just $1.99 to join. So welcome backstage if you decide to become a part of the Sticky family. But listen, while we're waiting for a couple more folks to load into this room, make sure that y'all hit thumbs up, okay? It is free to ride my bus. You ain't got to pay nothing to ride the bus. However you support the show, just know I appreciate it all the same, whether you send a super chat, whether you send a cash app, whether you send a super thanks, or whether you just hit thumbs up or subscribe. Listen, all of it is appreciated, and I appreciate each and every one of my stickies, okay? Shout out to everyone in the live chat. I hope that y'all are having an amazing evening. Jaded Nerd is in the building. Shout out to you, Jaded. Real quick, I hope you're feeling all right. You know, I always mention mental health in the beginning of all my videos. You have no business dibbling and dabbling in Young Thugga, Young Gunna, or any of YSL's business unless you tackled your own invisible warfare and handle your invisible issues and what's going on in your world, okay? So let's get into this intro. Let's get back, and I want to get right into it because there's so much information. Y'all know how I do. When I'm covering a court case, I'm bringing you all of the goodness, okay? I don't come half-ass. When I'm bringing you a court case, there's a lot of information, but I don't want to sit here for 3 hours boring you all to death. So we're going to get through all of the information. We're going to break it down. How are all these people and all these things combined? And you know, this ain't my first time covering a court case, let alone a court case where it's racketeering. Okay, yes, racketeering again.
Again.
Nonetheless, hit thumbs up. Let's hit this intro and let's get right into it, shall we?
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black, and she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me, or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
All right, so shout out to all of my new subscribers. I know Tasha K just gave me a shout out, so I got a couple of new ones. Shout out to all of you. Listen, before I get into breaking down today's topics and viral events, make sure that you subscribe and thumbs up or down, either way. I appreciate it, but make sure you think critically and independently, regardless of what you hear from me or anybody else. Let me let my hair down and let's go right ahead and just get on into it, shall we? So just to give you all a brief synopsis, right? Young Thug Gunna, the YSL indictment. There are 28 folks, all right, in this. All those folks aren't of importance to me. The people who really stick out are Young Thug and Gunna. And again, we got stolen guns, murder, meth, hydrocodone, intent to distribute, all types of different drugs and illegal activity, right? Then we also have, there's been a raiding, right? Young Thug, his home was raided, okay? And this is, I want to get into a couple of clips, right? Because it looks like the Young Thug is really going to do some time. It looks like he's going to do some serious time. And make sure you share this video, okay? Share it in your group chats. Share it via text message, Facebook, Twitter, however it is that you share videos. There's somebody that you know that's nosy enough that wants to know about this. So don't forget to share the video. I'm worried about Young Thug's safety. I'm worried about his safety in jail because, yes, I do believe he was heavily involved in the streets. And there are so many pieces of evidence that they have. And we're going to go through these transcripts. And if you're in the Discord, you've seen some of this stuff already. If you are a channel member, but I'm really concerned. I'm concerned for this man's safety. Let's take a look at this clip.
I want your man. Then this bitch won't spider whiter. Now it's time for the big flighter. It's time for the spider whiter. Now it's time for the spider whiter.
This is him telling JT. Y'all know JT's man is Lil Uzi Vert. Y'all know Lil Uzi Vert always got his shimmy going on, right? So we just accept it, right? It is what it is. So for him to be saying, JT, I want your man.
I want your man. Then this bitch won't spider whiter. Now it's time for the big flighter. It's time for the spider whiter. Now it's time for the spider whiter. I want your man. I want your man. I want your man. Then this bitch won't spider whiter. Now it's time for the big flighter. It's time for the spider whiter. Now it's time for the spider whiter.
I don't know what the spider water is, but it does definitely seem like he wants Lil Uzi Vert. This is an image I was able to dig up and find of him with Lil Uzi Vert and him sucking on Lil Uzi Vert's chain. So if he'll suck on the chain, baby, ain't no telling what else he is going to suck on. I see there's some people in the chat talking about YSL, your Saint Laurent. Your Saint Laurent is not the makeup brand. It is Young Slime Life. That is the name of the record label and of the alleged street game, according to the prosecution. So I also want to show you the clip of his home being raided because shortly after he was arrested, his home, Young Thug's home, was raided. Let's take a look. All right. So this is his home being raided. We might as well just go right ahead since we're looking at the clip. Let's just get into what they found in his home when they raided it, shall we? Because, of course, you know I got the documents. Let's get into it. Atlanta Police Department. Let's see. Now, this stuff, some of this stuff goes back. And so this wasn't, he was already indicted, right? Then they went through his home. And then there were more felony charges added. If you do not know, he has been denied bond. He was denied bond today. So we're going to get and take a deep dive into all of this information, and we're going to go and sift through the transcripts, okay? So when we take a look, these are some of the additional things that were added, but also there's some stuff in here dating back to 2013, all right? We can see in 2013, Young Thug, I redacted some of the information. They had his whole home address on here. I'm like, damn, I understand this is a high-profile case, but his address is a bit too much for everybody to have their hands on. So when we take a look at 2013, we can see there is conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence Group and Corrupt Organizations Act. We can see that in 2018, there was participation in criminal street gang activity. There was also possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. The possession of marijuana and intent to distribute was something that they literally found the day before yesterday, which was Monday. So if they found the amount of marijuana and slapped the intent to distribute on top of that, that means it was a lot. There's also possession of a Schedule 3, 4, or 5 controlled substance with intent to distribute, meaning there was a lot. Again, we had meth, we had hydrocodone also in here. These are some of these drugs that really shouldn't even be on the streets and really should only be dealt by a medical professional. This is heavy stuff. Possession of a firearm during commission of a felony. Possession of a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapon, or silencer. Now, you got to ask yourself, what does Young Thug need a silencer for? Well, we're going to get into a little bit of something. It's something he was caught up in some years ago where a man lost his life. We're also going to get into some song lyrics that they are introducing to the courts in an attempt to use them against him as well, okay? Unlawful for person employed by, associated with criminal, street gang, or conduct to participate in criminal activity. These last three charges are all one and the same, literally. And they're basically saying, listen, you work in close proximity, you employ street gangs, and you know as a part of your probation, you are not supposed to be around street gang folks, so on and so forth. So this is some of the stuff that got him additional felonies and things like that. And I'm pretty sure it contributed. If he wasn't already going to have his bond denied, this is what they found in his home during the raid. Okay. So make sure you hit thumbs up if you haven't already. Let's move on and get into another bit of the synopsis before we just hop straight into the transcripts. Okay. I ain't trying to talk super fast, but I also don't want y'all to have to sit and watch a 2+ hour video in order to get all of this information. Okay. I care about you guys. I care about you gals. I care about my non-binaries. So let's get into what the Fulton County District Attorney, her name is Fannie Willis, what she said in a press conference. She said this, sound like she ain't playing either. I know there are some people in the chat who feel like this district attorney has a reputation of trying to railroad black men and make a name for herself by slapping a RICO on everything. And listen, honestly, I looked into it and I can't deny that, but we're only presenting what the courts have made public and what the district attorney actually made it a point to distribute to the public. Okay. They want to make sure the public knows what type of individual he is allegedly, right? Here's what she said, and I quote, "It does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target and a focus of the district attorney's office, and we're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. My number one focus as the district attorney is targeting gangs, and there's a reason for that. They're committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all the violent crime that we are seeing in our community." So this is what they're saying, right? Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only Young Thug song that I know, you know how sometimes you know a song, but you don't know who sing it, or you just know it's a catchy tune. The only song of Young Thugs that I know, and I probably do know more than one Young Thug song, but I really just don't, is the Meg Thee Stallion "Don't Stop" song. Okay. These mumble rappers and all this other stuff, I just have no clue. And I have no interest to try to decode what the hell they're talking about. If I got to go to azlyrics.com to figure out what you're talking about, I don't care. And I also feel like they rap about a lot of foolishness, and or it just doesn't resonate with me, right? So I really don't have a dog in this fight. What I can say is it's really unfortunate that Young Thug, if you don't know, his baby mom just passed away. Rumor has it that she passed away in relation to all of the gang stuff that he is affiliated with. So baby mom just passed away. Young Thug is looking at a lot of time. Gunna, not so much. Young Thug is looking at a lot of time. So who's going to raise your kids? Who's going to raise your kids? This is the sad part. When you choose the streets and it's not even a means of survival, it's a means of you trying to have or attain street cred. And that's the really sad part about it. However, let's get into talking about, right, this is what the district attorney's saying. 70%, 80%. YSL is a music label with dual functionality as a gang, according to the prosecution, right? There's so much evidence, so much social media evidence they're using, and so much of the music lyrics. 9 songs of Young Thugs are being included in this stuff. So the DA, the district attorney, also claims that YSL, Young Slime Life, has been a part of 50 murders around the city since 2015. If you don't know, Jack Harlow was also dragged into it. Jack Harlow is somebody that I absolutely will never get into. I only know who he is based off of the fact that social media has been creating such a hoopla around him. I just have no interest, right? A white boy. He's even been dragged into it because a few months back, Jack Harlow had a friend who killed a man at the club, and Jack Harlow was present. The friend who killed the person is affiliated with YSL. So that is the reason why Jack Harlow was somehow dragged into this. Lucci is another person who I really have no care to follow. I swear the only reason I know Lucci is because I like Reginae Carter, Lil Wayne's daughter, Toya's daughter, and that's her ex-boyfriend. Well, come to find out, YSL, according to the prosecution and everything like that, right? You know, he's arrested. He's in jail right now. YSL allegedly was attempting to murder him for a second time while he was incarcerated. So the prosecution is alleging that two of Young Thug's associates were discussing how to get Young Thug's permission to try to kill Lucci for a second time in jail, behind bars. Behind bars. I don't understand that. Y'all got people willing to get themselves locked up to kill somebody for the sake of a gang. How do you end up getting paid off for that? Like, where's the benefit for the person doing it? Where's the benefit for that person's family?
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
So like I said, this is their second alleged attempt, right? Let me just make it clear. All things stated in this video are alleged and according to reports, and there is a full copyright disclaimer in full effect. And I can't wait to get y'all to the transcripts. I'm just giving y'all this brief synopsis. This is their second attempt to murder Lucci while he's been incarcerated, or to attempt to murder him in general, right? Something that I really want to get into, right? Because Young Thug, there's so much we can say about him. Like, he's a Fruit Loop, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, federal prosecutors are ready to paint Young Thug as the head honcho and you know, a violent gang figure in this vast alleged criminal enterprise. And they're relying heavily on his music and social media activity to do so. And I'm not saying he's not capable of doing fuck shit. And there's plenty of proof. However, I just find it difficult to believe that he is the one organizing all of this crime amongst all of this gang. They are affiliated with the Bloods, allegedly, right? And it's evident that he was doing some of this stuff because there was an OG. Some of you may or may not be familiar with Wallow. I'm going to show you a clip in a second. Wallow tried to sit him down and put him on game and encourage him to stop putting his life and his freedom and the leisure and the ability to provide for his family at risk with this street stuff. So let me show you this clip, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you my thoughts. But somebody tried to warn him, and it was only 11 months to a year ago that Wallow tried to warn him, an individual who did 25 years in the system and got out and wanted to give game to these young, stupid niggas, right? Making stupid decisions, right? Not saying he's like just a waste of space, but he's making stupid decisions for the simple fact that he has mouths and kids to feed and family depending on him. And it's stupid to throw your freedom away when you don't have to. It's not like you're hungry. It's not like you're broken. You don't know where your next meal is going to come from. You're doing this because you think it's cool. But nonetheless, let's get into this clip. Tell me what you think. Hit thumbs up while we watch.
I'm gonna be straight up, Thug. Like, a lot of us, man, we be
You did 20 years, didn't you?
Yeah, 20. I did 5 first, then I did 20. I did 5 in the juvenile system. I did 20 in the penitentiary. And I went.
So you really did more time in prison than you
God
ever
did
did
on the earth.
living.
On the earth. That's why a lot of times, when some of y'all young niggas,
Yeah.
when some of y'all young niggas in here that still be living that shit, I don't be talking to y'all on Instagram as some square ass lame ass nigga. I'm talking to y'all as a nigga that been in a prison yard and see little young boy come in with his tattoos on his face, and he like, oh G, like, what's up? You know Keisha? From where? I don't know, but that's your mom? Yeah. She said, could you call her? Call her. And yeah, he got a shooting. Then I go back, young boy, let me see your paperwork. He like, yeah, how much time? Like, when I'm going home?
Shit.
2,073.
Cease.
And now all the gangster shit gone. The homie's gone. The bitch is gone. Ain't nobody. So when I'm on there, I'm speaking from a place of trying to get niggas some real game. Cause I'm gonna tell you some shit, Thug. It's lonely than a motherfucker in there. And when life goes on, your family dying. So when I'm seeing the young niggas, and certain niggas hit me, I DM them and give them some game. I'll be trying to lay it on it because like, I ain't the nigga that's gonna say, here, young, and take this pistol. Take this package. Mission. And the problem is so many niggas is scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't come at you, the way your uncle couldn't come at you because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you, just like I checked the young nigga in here. I don't know who it was. If like you rappers, like the artists, if you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets. But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga, and while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life. Y'all getting money that niggas never got, Thug.
Rolex on your wrist, a plain giant.
And that's facts. It's more than facts. It's facts. And when I looked at this clip, I looked at it very closely. Feel free. If you go to YouTube and you type in YSL Young Thug, you can watch the full encounter. You could tell by the way Young Thug was sitting there, his eye contact, his body language. He was almost kind of just like laughing a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. He wasn't disrespectful to YSL, but you could tell he wasn't really taking him serious. And if you couldn't tell by his body language, his facial expression, the slight smirks from time to time, you can tell by where we are now. This was a year ago. This has been a case that they've been building on him for years. Pulled up the thing. It's been since 2013. He's been being accused and under the microscope for racketeering, and he never stopped. He never stopped. So whether he was the head honcho, whether he was really organizing all this stuff or what, it's really sick. It's extremely sick. So I want to get into these transcripts. Let me make sure I'm done with my synopsis. And like I'm saying, Wallow really, he saw this type of activity from Young Thug and his affiliates. You don't just go dropping this type of knowledge and warnings to someone that you don't see wrapped up into this toxic lifestyle. This is a gang that was associated with the Bloods. It was a record label that had a dual functionality in the streets, allegedly. And so, like I said, they're ready to paint him as the head honcho. And if his music says he's the head honcho, okay. For me, I'm not sure where Young Thug's IQ is. I know he has his finger on the pulse as far as style and music. But look, it's sometimes they try and pin things on you. And he has more money out of everyone in this whole indictment. He is the money maker. There's so much that they're going to blame on him. Even if he's not responsible for some of these things, they're going to pin it on him. And you don't think that some of these little niggas under him are going to sing like a canary and say it was all him and not them? He's going to get hit with all these charges. And it's his fault. But let's keep going. I think that this is going to be a long road for Thug. In particular, RICO cases are no joke. Racketeering cases are no joke. They take so long to follow through with. And this is something that's going to be presented in front of a grand jury. He has already been denied bond. What I can say based off of looking at his rap sheet, based off of the information that was made available to me today, is that this is an established pattern for Young Thug. Again, we've got charges from 2013, 2018. This is an established pattern of him doing this type of stuff. And honestly, there's no need. There's no need for this. He has a net worth of $8 million. So we're going to get into some stuff in his history as it relates to these new proposed charges. We already spoke about what they found in his home. And him and Gunna, they were hit with violating the RICO Act and participation in criminal street gang activity. And beneath those umbrellas are a handful of other serious accusations. So what Young Thug's lawyer is saying, his lawyer done already came out with a statement. Child denying everything. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. Baby, you got to be in it. You rented the getaway car for a rival gang member that YSL hit and killed. They did a drive-by. They shot 3 people, killed 1 who was a rival gang member, a man believe his name was Jonathan. And Jonathan Thomas, I believe his name was. And you rented the getaway car. So they went and they popped 3 people. One died. The one that you really want. One was 14. The other ones were in their 20s. You rented the getaway car. So whether you were driving it or you rented it or you gave it to, it's just too much. It's too much. But here's what his attorney went ahead and said. His attorney's name is Brian Steele. And they made a statement to say, listen, Mr. Williams, because Young Thug's real name is Jeffery Williams, Mr. Williams has committed no violation of law whatsoever. We will fight this case ethically, legally, and zealously. Mr. Williams will be cleared. Well, good luck, baby. Good luck with this, because who wants to see a black man go away for the rest of his life? But for the life of me, I just don't understand all the free this person, free that person, when they clearly have done a lot of fuck shit. A lot. You just blindly saying free somebody when they've done a lot of mess. It's not like they killed somebody because they touched their child. Like, you out here just doing stupid street stuff for street cred. But okay, let's get into some rap lyrics before we go ahead and get into the transcripts. Okay. Now, the song lyrics, right? They're trying to use some of his rap lyrics as evidence, and they're attempting to use 9 songs, right? They're saying that these songs show involvement in some of the crimes that Young Thug is accused of. Okay. And so basically, let's go through. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different song quotes. Although there's 9 in total, I went ahead and I pulled 4 of them to run down the specific lyrics that potentially might get him caught up, or the lyrics may get thrown out. You just never know. So, 2018 song, he collaborated with Nicki Minaj. The song is called Anybody. He says, and I quote, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body." I want to go to the bush again, because why are we putting things like this in music? Okay, I'm gonna get to my thoughts later on. I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. The next song is also from 2018. The song is called Just How It Is. The lyrics in this song that they're using, according to the court documents, are, "Gave the lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings." The song from 2020 is called Take It to Trial. The quote is, "For slimes, you know I kill. Trial, I done beat it twice. State, I'm undefeated. Like feds came and snatched me." We bragging about getting away with murder? That's what we doing? That's what we doing? 2021 song called Slatty. Slatty. You can tell I don't listen to this shit. I don't know if it's Slatty or Slatty, but he said, "I killed a man in front of his mama." I killed his man in front of his mama. That's what we doing? All right. So those are some of the lyrics. Now, listen, they may get thrown out. The lyrics honestly might get thrown out. Alone song lyrics don't necessarily mean a whole bunch. And there's a whole big thing and bills and legislation they're trying to pass to stop, prosecutors from being able to use song lyrics in criminal proceedings. But in each instance, the prosecutors in this case are alleging that Young Thug's lyrics constituted as an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy of RICO. So what they're saying is that there was knowledge and intent of crimes. Here we go. Let me go ahead and pause right there. Okay. Knowledge and intent of crimes by other members. Listen. There have been serious efforts to curb the use of rap lyrics as evidence. However, last year, lawmakers in New York, mind you, this is New York, this is taking place in Georgia, but lawmakers in New York introduced the rap music on trial bill, which would prevent prosecutors from using rap lyrics in court. So in January, the bill got support of a number of hip hop heavyweights, including Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Big Sean, Fat Joe, Killer Mike. And listen, if you were following the old channel before it got deleted, I did a video on this because I do feel like it is unfair to use song lyrics, but there are two sides to that coin. Don't incriminate yourself in dumb ways. Did we not learn anything from Bobby Shmurda? If you're doing illegal stuff, why are you running to tell on yourself and spell out all the illegal shit that you did in your music? It's just not smart. You can argue that it's artistic expression, yes, and it should be. And people do rap about and sing about and put fake lifestyles and channel other people's livelihood and lifestyles in their art, in their music. But is that an excuse to flat out incriminate yourself? And people can literally say, yeah, you killed my son, and here's the song you made about it. Why should people be able to connect those dots? Stop making it easy for people to find what you've done. And I'm not making an excuse for killing people, but goddamn, if you're going to do something that's illegal, why would you publicize it? It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. The bill has been breezed through committees so far, but it still needs to be voted upon in the state legislature. And honestly, this was done so long ago. I feel like they're stalling. There's no reason why they haven't looked at this yet. This is something where they're stalling, because literally I made the video about this around about, I want to say like the end of 2020. Okay. So they're really stalling on this. And listen, Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Big Sean, Fat Joe, they all wrote an open letter to lawmakers, which is amazing. And, Fat Joe said in a statement, our lyrics are a creative form of self-expression and entertainment, just like any other genre. We want our words to be recognized as art rather than being weaponized to get convictions in court. I hope the governor and all the lawmakers in New York take our letter into consideration, protect our artistic rights, and make the right decision to pass the bill. And like I said, I get where Fat Joe is coming from, because something about this does seem targeted to Black people. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. There are plenty of other genres besides hip hop and rap that speak about drugs, killings, and moving in cliques. Because if you're doing drugs and you're offing people or causing harm to people in a group of 3 or more, that is what they start to begin to consider to be RICO, racketeering. They will then consider it to be a gang. It's not that 1 or 2 people together don't sit together and do drugs and cause harm and want to get revenge on people or have some sort of vendetta in the streets. But once it becomes 3 or more, that's what they start to consider it to be. However, it seems that hip hop and rap is the genre that they target. Is it wrong? Yeah. Target death metal, target heavy metal, target these other genres. However, stop making it so easy for them to target you. That's just my thought on it. Okay? Plain and simple. Before I get too deep in it. So, there was a Donovan Thomas. That was his name. Okay. Donovan Thomas is a gentleman who was a part of a rival gang. The courts have always hated rap music. Absolutely. Absolutely. Respect your art and try not to murder people at the same time. So there was a 2015 barbershop drive-by shooting. They killed Donovan Thomas. They hit 2 other people as well. Donovan Thomas was a rival gang member, and they successfully took him out, the YSL gang. And this is something where Young Thug literally rented a vehicle. They were able to track down the car he rented and the getaway car from when this rival gang member was killed. So either Young Thug was driving it, or he rented the car to give to somebody to drive to do that. If he's all up in making all these moves in the gang, he knew they were borrowing his car to do some dirt or to do some stuff like that. He was aware. So that's that from 2015. Again, we've got the meth, marijuana, hydrocodone, conspiracy to violate the RICO Act. And for those of you who don't quite understand, they said Donovan put YFN on. Donovan put Lucci on. Okay, let me get into this picture that's on the screen right here. This is a member of YSL who is literally standing on top of Lucci's vehicle. Okay, Lucci and YSL, Lucci and Young Thug and Gunna and all them, their rivals are, one of their main rivals is Lucci. This was them pulling up and standing on his car to kind of prove that, you know, he ain't stuff or you ain't going to do whatever. This is them literally standing on his car. This is one of the pieces of evidence. Okay, this is a piece of evidence that is in the transcripts that we're going to go over in a second. Okay, they said the Kardashians should be charged with RICO. Oh my God, what happened to moving silence? That's a good question. It's lost on this generation, but nonetheless, I definitely wanted to get into what this picture was about. That's in the B-roll. But for those of you all who don't quite understand what RICO is or how it works, it's basically organized crime that's typically under the guise of another functioning business operation. If you think back to when I covered the R. Kelly trial, R. Kelly, yeah, he made music. He had a team of managers. Some of the managers and his associates also doubled as handlers to help him get access to sleep with the young girls, which is how he got caught up with RICO, the Mann Act, sex trafficking, etc. So it's always going to look like it's a business according to the definition of what RICO is. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But it is organized crime, typically under the guise of another functioning business operation. When you think about how RICO first started way back when it was first signed into legislation, it was a way for them to go after the mafia. Mafias always were under the guise of some little mom and pop shop or restaurant. That's how they would clean their money. But they had specific people and different positions of how they would go about doing whatever illegal activity it was, whether it was sex, money, murder, drugs, whatever. That's how they did it under that guise. And they cleaned their money through the business. So it's always something illegal that's done that's connected to some sort of existing business. Okay. Just to let you all know. Now, so we went through so much. We're going to get into the transcripts right now. Moving in silence is not lost. Yeah, well, I mean, according to all the people the people who are most visible are the ones moving the loudest. And that is the problem. That is the problem. So let's go ahead and get into these transcripts. Y'all make sure y'all hit thumbs up and let's just go ahead and get into it.
Hey, thanks for letting me keep you connected and in the know with what's happening in the Black world. Don't forget to smash on that like button for support and for more Black news.
All right, so let's just get straight into these transcripts. Like I was telling you earlier, Young Thug is looking at a lot of time. There's a lot of charges, a lot of evidence that they have against him. Whereas though Gunna doesn't quite have so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Gunna's stuff first because he literally only has a couple of things here. We're going to look at what Gunna got into, and then we're going to look at what Young Thug got into, which is going to take a while to get through because there's a lot, right? So we can see Sergio Kitchens is his name. I think his middle name is Giovanni. So he has a pretty interesting name. And it says participation in criminal street gang activity. What else do we have? Sergio Kitchens, aka Gunna. They have all of your aliases here. Let's look at what Gunna has gotten into, okay? It says defendants Sergio Kitchens, okay? Defendants Gunna and Young Thug, associates of YSL, did commit the felony offense of theft by receiving stolen property. While possessing property, to wit, a firearm, the property of Trevin Lewis, Kitchen or Williams, okay, Gunna or Thug knew or should have known that it was stolen with the intent of depriving said person of their property in violation of Georgia law, which is an act of racketeering, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. It also says that him and Young Thugs committed a felony offense of possession of methamphetamine with intent to distribute a controlled substance in violation of Georgia law, racketeering, furthering the conspiracy. Also, they committed a felony offense of possession of hydrocodone with the intent to distribute a controlled substance in violation of Georgia law. What else do we have here? The two of them, Gunna and Young Thug, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. Let's see what else is going on as it pertains specifically to Gunna. Meth, hydro. Okay. Gunna and Thug are associates of YSL. They did commit the felony offense of participation in criminal street gang activity when, while associated with a criminal street gang, to wit YSL, participated in criminal street gang activity through the commission of at least one of the offenses: theft by receiving stolen property, meth, intent to distribute, hydro, marijuana. Okay, those are all the same things combined. Let's see if there's something different here. Okay, here we go. Traffic stop for speeding. Okay, Gunna and Young Thug. Involved in the stop were two vehicles, one being driven by Young Thug and another closely following Young Thug, containing 4 individuals who are armed with numerous weapons with high-capacity magazines, to include an AK-47 with a 30-round magazine, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Oh, y'all riding around with heat like that? God damn. This is a lot. Let's see what's next. Okay. Okay, so that's it for Gunna, which honestly, it's not much. Wait a minute. Is that really it? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Gunna is an associate of YSL, appeared in a video released on social media titled Fox 5, wearing a YSL pendant and a slat pendant with lyrics stating, "We got 1,000 round choppers," an act that further confirms the conspiracy. Let's see. Oh, Lord. All right, so we got Gunna, Thug, someone else, Diamante Kendrick, associate to YSL, appeared in a video released on social media titled "Take It to Trial," with lyrics stating, "Take this shit to motherfucking trial. For slimes, you know I kill trial. I done beat it twice, state. I'm undefeated like feds came and snatched me. I don't know, no point in asking. I was on Believeland, stuck like a magnet." They really put all these lyrics in here, y'all. I'm so dead. Bitch ass nigga, I shoot your mammy. Need to stand down. I up my stamina. To take it to trial. Get an appeal. Take it to trial. Yeah, you gonna whack them. Pay for that casket. That's just if we whack them. My young niggas pulling up Bentleys, Aston Martins, Teslas, strapped with FN, choppers, carbons. YSL slimy and shady. Watch me whack that bitch. Pop him like a cyst. Glock with the assist. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Child, these lyrics is crazy. Y'all be listening to these songs and enjoying them? Am I old, or is this bang bang shoot 'em up music just not for me? Am I old?
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Because I read these lyrics and I'm feeling very much like an old lady. Like, why y'all listening to this crap? Why y'all singing about this crap and listening to it? Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord, here's a social media post. Defendants Gunna and Young Thug appeared in a video released on social media titled "Ski," with lyrics stating, "I fuck with slacks and we come to eat rats." Sorry. "I fuck with slacks and we come to eat rats, and I came with some fucking piranhas. I told an FN on me. Called Nietzsche. It's a Glock he keep. Duke rolling 60s, he locked and seized. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy." I know you lying, child. So they got the picture of the YouTube video sitting right here in the evidence. Lord have mercy. They using y'all music videos against y'all because y'all busy putting y'all crimes in the music videos. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay. Lord have mercy. Gunna and Thug did pose for a photo released on social media captioned "Slap Business YSL for Life," an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. Here they go with a picture of their damn social media. All these Instagram pictures they got included in here. This is just out of pocket. Okay, so that is finally it for Gunna. Now, Young Thug, child, we're gonna be sitting here till tomorrow. It's like maybe not. We not gonna be sitting. Hopefully, we won't be sitting here by tomorrow. Lord have mercy. Let me type in Williams because they spelled his name wrong a couple of times in this document. They spelled it right a couple of times and they spelled it wrong a couple of times. So here's the first thing that steps out. That's just like, whoa, buddy. Whoa. They got attempted murder on here for you. Okay? Attempted murder on here for Young Thug. Right? So let's get into the next bit. Jeffery Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, a.k.a. Slime. History. All right, here they are. YSL is a criminal street gang that started in late 2012 in the Cleveland Avenue area of Atlanta, Georgia. YSL claims affiliation with the National Bloods gang. YSL founders were Jeffery Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, Walter Murphy, a.k.a. DK, and what the hell? Trontavious. Who the hell named him? What the hell? Trontavious? All right. Trontavious Steffens, a.k.a. Tick, a.k.a. Slug. Young Thug is an Atlanta-based hip-hop artist. He made YSL a well-known name by referring to it in his songs on social media. Trontavious. Baby, that sounds like a transform about to turn into something in a Shia LaBeouf movie. God damn. All right. Lord, let's get started. All right, so Young Thug is an associate. He committed a felony offense of theft by receiving stolen property when he possessed a firearm, which was the property of Ann Phillips, that Young Thug knew or should have known that it was stolen with the intent of depriving Ann Phillips of said property in violation of Georgia law, an act of racketeering, and an overt act furthering the conspiracy. Let's see what's next. He's an associate. He appeared in a video released on social media titled Ill, where the defendant states, "Red just like Elmo, but I never fucking giggle. YSL won't fold. Pick his ass up from the balcony. YSL wipe a nigga nose. I'm a fuck for the cash, then she getting robbed by Tick. In a Bentley on West Lee, getting trailed by a sniper. All I ever wanted was the money. Put your hands in the air if you dare any motherfucker step over here. F&M. Put him in a wheelchair. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy." Did I sing it on beat or did I not sing? I don't know. I don't know what the song sound like. I'm just trying to get in tune because obviously I'll be reading a lot of these rat words. Lord have mercy. They got me out here reading all this young people stuff. Ciao. Okay. Young Thug is an associate of YSL. He posed for a photo released on social media wearing red clothing and flashing a YSL gang hand sign, which is an overt act, furtherance of the conspiracy, according to the prosecution or the government. They're also saying that Young Thug is posed for another photo with the caption that said, "We ain't going back and forth." They also said he rented. This is the part right here. This is the part that really connects him to something that went down. Okay. It says that in 2014, a silver Infiniti Q50 sedan from Hertz Rent-A-Car, which was used in the commission of the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., a rival gang member, on January 10th, 2015, which was an act of racketeering under Georgia law, which is an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. You can't explain your way out of renting a car that was used to kill a man in a drive-by shooting, and the man that was killed is a rival gang member of your gang. That's very undeniable, in my opinion, right? Okay. I was trying to wrap it. I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the next thing that Young Thug is in, because I don't care about all these random ass Tron-phobian men. Okay, so Young Thug is an associate, the leader of the criminal. Oh, no. This is something different. Okay. This says defendant Young Thug, who is an associate of YSL, and a man named Kyle, who is the leader of the criminal street gang Sex Money Murder, did engage in conversation with one another, and the conversation stated that sacrifices must be made, soldiers must fall in order for battle to be won. The conversation further states, per all 5, HO Duo, Street Life, KG to God, 3 Shot, Nasty New, and M1, the AKAs of the 5 leaders of Sex Money Murder in Georgia, anybody not under one of those individuals in the state of Georgia must line up PSAT. There's no rolling from one to the other. Everything is as if you're one. Sex Money Murder. Nothing added and nothing taken away. 2 guns. End quote. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. See, even the way they be talking, I just can't get with. So y'all said all that shit, all to say you ain't fucking with somebody, you trying to line some people up. All right. Next, Young Thug, he appeared in a video released on social media 16 days after the murder of Donovan Thomas Jr., stating, so a nigga lied to their mama, lied to their kids, lied to their brothers and their sisters, then get right into the courtroom and tell the God's honest truth. Don't get it. Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro. From me and YSL. Why would you say that? Why would you say that in a song? Damn, you ain't even used no metaphors. Let me say, he said, so a nigga lied to their mama, lied to their kids, lied to their brothers and sisters, then get right into the courtroom and tell the God's honest truth. Don't get it. Y'all niggas need to get fucking killed, bro, from me and YSL. Why would you say that knowing you in the streets doing? Okay. All right. Not you putting up the fire emojis. You know what, Famecom? Get out. Get out. This ain't P. This ain't P. This is a sick Negro to think that this is P.
This is a sick Negro.
This ain't it. Okay. So Young Thug and a nigga named Dame Keon, associates of YSL, they appeared in a video released on social media displaying the YSL gang hand signs and blood gang signs with the caption, "You dig 30, YSL coming soon." Okay. An overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Child, most of they stuff that they done got, like I was telling you in the beginning, it is off of social media. It's off of social media. Young Thug and other associates of YSL posed for a photo released on social media flashing the YSL gang hand sign. The next one, let's see. What about page 21? All right. Page 21. Young Thug committed a felony offense of terroristic threats when and while Christopher May attempted to inform Young Thug that he was no longer welcome at Perimeter Mall. Young Thug stated, if you continue to approach, I'll shoot you in the face with a gun, which is an act of racketeering activity under Georgia law, an act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Next, Young Thug appeared in a video released on social media titled Slime Shit, where the lyrics state, hey, this that slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Hey, killing 12 shit. Hey, fuck a jail shit. Hey, cooking white brick. I'm not new to this. Hey, I'm so true to this. Hey, I done put a whole slime on 100 licks. Slime or get slime. I'm in the VIP and I got a pistol on my head. You praying that you live, I'm praying that I hit. Hey, this slime shit. Fuck the police. Fuck them in the high speed. 100 rounds in a tire hole. I'm prepared to take them down. Got banana clips for all these niggas. Acting monkey. This that slime shit. This that mob shit. Fuck the judge. YSL. This that mob life. Did I hit that one? I think I hit that one good. I think I sounded like a rapper with that one. But that's what he said. I just quoted what he said. I don't mean that. If the government is listening, listen. I'm just reading these transcripts, okay? I don't mean that shit. I'm just reading this shit. Hey, I'm just reading this shit. Look, I'm just reading these transcripts, okay? That's all I'm doing. Hey. Darlene, thank you so much for coming in and giving a $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Hey, Flawless. Hey, everyone out here. Okay, let me continue to read the transcripts. Oh, what's going on next? All right. Okay, we already read through this one because this has Young Gunna mixed into that one. That one has Young Gunna. That one has Gunna. That one has Gunna. That one has Gunna. Ooh, that's so much that they would. Okay, this one doesn't have Gunna here. Let's get into it. Antonio and Young Thug, who are associates, appeared in the video released on social media, captioned original slime shit, showing Young Thug flashing the YSL gang signs with lyrics stating murder gang shit, YSL until we're dead and pale, an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. The next one says Young Thug appeared in a video released on social media, captioned anybody, with Williams stating, I never killed nobody, but I got something to do with that body. Child, why would you even say that? That's not P. That's not even P. If you didn't kill the person, then where the... All right. Okay, so it says, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I told him to shoot 100 rounds. Oh, you instructed him to do it. Oh, that's smart. Ready for war like I'm... Bitch, you're not going to catch me saying RUSSIA on my thing. I get all types of cash. I'm a general. This a mess. I don't understand why. Let's move on to the next thing, child. This a mess. Okay, that's got Gunna in there, Gunna in there, Gunna in there. Everything with Gunna in the box with him already, who was Sergio Kitchens. We already read it because we went over Gunna stuff first. Because Gunna stuff was very, it wasn't a whole bunch compared to Young Thug. Believe it or not, we're literally not even halfway through all of Young Thug's stuff. Not even halfway through. Okay, Sergio. Antonio. Okay, let's see what this is. Antonio and Young Thug appeared in a video released on social media. Okay. Jeffery, Sergio. Let me see. What else? Make sure y'all hit thumbs up on this video. Listen, going through transcripts, get my hands on transcripts, pre-reading the transcripts before I bring them to you all to make sure y'all aren't bored to death. The transcripts can be very boring. This is 88 pages here. But to make sure I could deliver y'all the syrup, okay, all the stickiness, make sure y'all just pay me by hitting thumbs up. That's all you got to do. Okay, so here we go. Young Thug is an associate of YSL, posted an image on social media tagging YFN Lucci, stating, YFN, if ain't like, oh my God, he's illiterate. YFN, if ain't like what you do for your mother and kids, I would have been killed you. Oh my God. Wow. And then he gonna put I would have been killed you in all caps. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Shout out to everybody in the live chat. I see Coco Butter Barbie just came in the room. James Weeping Bush, Nia. Thank y'all so much. Let's keep going. Okay. Oh Lord, here go another one. He posted a video. Okay, so Young Thug posted a video titled Just How It Is with lyrics stating, I escaped every one of the licks because I was supposed to be rich. I don't care nothing about no cop. I'm telling you how it is. Hit him with the Mac now. Now his whole body scabbed. I done for the crew. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rapping. Last nigga tried me. Almost got popped in Linux. Ask the cops. Ask the detectives. They know all the business. Ask the cops. Ask the detectives. All the jurisdictions. Gave a lawyer close to $2 million. He handles all the killings. We don't speak about shit on wax. It's all my business. We know how to kill the biggest cats of all the kittens. Now, how you going to say we don't speak about shit on wax, but you speaking about everything on wax? I mean, it seems like every crime you ever committed, you put it in the damn music. It'd be different if you were like, you know what, I used to do this drug by myself. You're talking about really offing people, wanting to off people, having had off people, instructing people to had off people. And then you're going to say, we don't put this shit on wax. What you mean? Lord have mercy. It don't make sense. They said this fool first 48'd him on his own self. I just, Lord, what else he got going on? Okay, Marquavius Huey. Marquavius child. Now he must have meant earwax. James Weeping Bush out of pocket. Okay, so Marquavius and Young Thug did engage in a conversation where Young Thug and Huey were discussing a vehicle theft, and Young Thug directed Huey to tell another person if he don't take it back, he gonna die. So somebody already started snitching. That's not a song lyric. That's not anything that they took off of social media. They have a quote from someone. I know a lot of people saying, oh, somebody who's going to tell first, and don't get me wrong, somebody's going to have to start singing unless everybody wants to do time. Somebody's going to have to start singing like a canary at one point or another. But based on these quotes, when most of what they have is social media and songs, some of them are quotes. It's either one or more people who have already started singing like a canary. There's no other way they would have this type of stuff, these type of quotes and evidence. Let me know what you think down below. I know RICO is a big thing. And I know a lot of people feel like it's bull crap. Yeah, he did some crimes, but this whole RICO thing and blaming everything on him just it's not it. But look, like I was telling you, remember I showed y'all this picture in color earlier of the guy standing on Lucci's car from YSL. So all this stuff is in black and white because the transcripts are in black and white. But I was showing you these pictures in color. And if my channel members want to see all of the evidence in color, let me know. I'll put it backstage for y'all. But yeah, most of the stuff that they have is social media. Let's get into this. Okay, we already went through this. Take it to trial. Because it has Sergio Kitchens in there, who is Gunna. Okay, here we go with another one. Wunny Lee Trontavious again. Here we go with that obnoxious ass name. Trontavious and Young Thug engaged in a conversation where Young Thug states, YSL rule the world, kid. 25 mil on a nigga head. Y'all just start bringing me the money. Man, y'all niggas stop playing with me. Wow. Yes, there are 27 other people, actually. You got Young Thug, Gunna, and 26 other people because it's 20 people total. So somebody had to start talking already. Yeah, any organized crime can fall under RICO. It's just a matter of where all the charges are going to lie. And typically the person with the most money and the most visibility is going to be the one that is framed because they are the ones who make it mobile. If they shut down the face and shut down the bank of the operation, they have immobilized the whole operation. And that's why they're going to slap any and everything they can, which makes it lucrative for the people who even participated to say, I didn't do that, he did that. Everybody's going to point to him and say, he did it all, I didn't do it. Which means he's going to get stuck with all the charges. He's going to, and which is going to immobilize that gang. I ain't saying that it wasn't RICO. It's clear that it was. They got too many pictures and I don't look through the shit myself. However, some of it just seems very convenient. Like I said, if you look into this district attorney, if you look into her history and the career she's trying to make for herself, that RICO has gotten very creative lately. And I learned that during the R. Kelly case, believe it or not. RICO, it gets very creative at times, especially when they're trying to apply it to celebrities and celebrity acquaintances and organizations. As long as there's money involved in any illegal activity, they're going to call it RICO, So, but listen, it's a whole other conversation. Let's keep going. Young Thug appeared in a song released on social media titled Really Be Slime, with lyrics stating, my nigga really they slime and we committing them crimes. Hop out and shoot, roll up one for the gang. You want to be slime? Go catch a body. Me and little bro, we used to steal from the store. We had to stick it and go. Child. All right. I know I got bars, but let me tell you something. I would never be publishing no music like this. Telling on myself. Okay, so now we have Young Thug appeared in a song released on social media titled Slatty with lyrics stating, I killed a man in front of his mama like fuck little bruh. Oh my God. Not fuck little bruh, his sister and his cousin. I shoot out, kill him, not leaving a trace. Well, clearly you left a trace, bruh. I had to break in the safe. Yeah, I didn't leave him a trace. Dissect your body like science class, nigga. Gangsta cuz you got a body, little nigga. Magazine clips so you might get your issue. You think you a gangster cuz you got a pistol. Look at my trigger start itching. YSL, we going overboard. End quote. Ciao. Ain't that something? Okay, we went over this already because it's got Gunna involved, who is Sergio Kitchens. Ooh, child. Okay, now we got all these people in Young Thug engaged in a conversation where Young Thug asked, y'all ain't beat him up or shot him yet? Y'all niggas getting soft. Oh yeah, somebody's talking. Somebody's talking, and it's one of these people right here. It's either Martez Arnold, Miles Farley, Quantavious Greer, Wani Lee, Trontavious Stephens, or Antonio Sumlin. One of them have already started talking because this is a quote. Says, y'all ain't beat him up or shot him yet. Y'all niggas getting soft. Ciao. This is out of pocket. Look at these pictures of them with the guns and whatnot. Not keep America slime. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I posted this in the Discord earlier. You know what? I would post a picture for y'all now, but it would have me lose my spot in this document, and I don't want to do that. I have this picture in color, and let me just read through this description, and then I'll tell you about the picture. So Marquavius Tenquarius, God damn, who is naming these men? Marquavius Tenquarius and Young Thug conducted a recorded video call while Tenquarius was an inmate at Fulton County Jail. Said video call was being recorded in the normal course of business, and during the phone call, Mender stated he needed something, and Young Thug pointed to Huey to take care of it and flashed the YSL gang sign, which is an overt act and furtherance of the conspiracy. Child. I know you lying. I know you're lying. And yeah, they are sitting here with the gang sign. If you are in the, I'm sorry, because I'm in two different Discords. Copy image. If you're in the Discord, let me post it in the other Discord, the main Discord, so that y'all have it. If you are a channel member, I just posted that picture in color so that it makes sense to you. Why would you be throwing up a gang sign on a recorded? You know, every phone call you make, whether it be just audio or visual as well, they're all recorded. So why would you throw up that? Okay. All right. Marquavius and Young Thug posed for a photo released on social media captioned, "From lockdown to a jet slat biz." I can't even decode. What does that mean, you guys? They feel like it's a piece of evidence. What does from lockdown to a jet slat biz? I'm telling you, listen, I'm Team Baltimore. I'm born and raised, been in Baltimore my whole life. I don't know what from lockdown to a jet slat biz means. And I'm pretty goddamn street smart. Okay? What does that mean? I really just don't be understanding what these young niggas be talking about now. I just don't. I just don't. What else do they have going on here? What was this picture? Oh, just picture. Unknown amount of cash. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I saw Young Thug up here. Hold on. Marquavius and Young Thug were communicating when Huey stated, "You know I'm ready to handle the business and go sit down if I got to bout any one of y'all on my mama." Ready to handle business and go sit down. Okay, so that's a threat to kill. Young Thug posed for a photo released on social media wearing a YSL pendant with his index finger wiping under his nose. Child, not the YSL pendant and the finger under his nose. They said it's a different kind of street from when I guess so, because child, the way they be talking, I know ebonics is a thing. I know slang is a thing, but the way these mumble rap niggas be talking, I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? I don't even understand what they're saying in their music. That's why I just can't get with it. Jet slap beds. Yeah, I still don't get it. All right, so here we go. Young Thug is an associate of YSL. He appeared in a video released on social media flashing a Bloods gang sign, which is an overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. Let's see what else we have in here as it pertains to Young Thug in particular. Oh my gosh. We got that much left? Jesus Christ. Young Thug and a man named Antonio released a video on social media captioned "Original Slime Shit," showing Young Thug flashing the YSL gang signs with lyrics stating "Murder gang shit, YSL until we're dead and pale." The next one says Young Thug appeared in a video released on social media captioned "Anybody," with Young Thug stating, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with a body. I told him to shoot 100 rounds, ready for war." Okay, we read through that quote already. They included this a couple of times, it seems. Okay. Appeared in a video released on social media titled "Bad Boy," with lyrics stating, "You better watch the way you breathe around me, for that breath be your last, boy. Smith & Wesson 45 put a hole in his heart. Better not play with me. Killers, they stay with me. I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me. I had on Marigelis when I shot at the cunt." Oh my God, not you calling his mama cunt. First of all, that's a white people curse word. What the hell? Let me go to the bush because I know you lying. I know he did not.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
Okay, someone is saying slap equals slime love all the time. Child, you just taught me something new. I was today years old. Okay, he said Smith & Wesson 45 put a hole in his heart. Better not play with me. Killers, they stay with me. I shot at his mommy, now he no longer mentioned me. I had on Marigelis when I shot at the cunt. Act like you want war, and they gonna smoke you like a blunt. I know you lying. Oh. This out of pocket. This is way out of pocket. What do he gain from this besides jail time? Nothing.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. Let's continue. Stickies. Jesus. And it's so much in here. But I'm just focused on Gunna and Thug because I don't know all these other random Quantavious, Trevante, obviouses. I just... Okay, so we already had went through that one. Okay. Oh, snap. Let me find out we had got through the whole thing. It seemed like we are getting to the point where we have been through everything. Let me just double check. Take it to trial. Yeah, we seen all that. We seen that video. Okay. Wow. We got through that pretty quick. It's just been an hour and 13 minutes and we got through all the transcripts. I have a little bit more information for you. I want to kind of go in depth a little bit with RICO. I want to go in depth with RICO, about RICO, and really just talk about the state of the Black community and how and why we keep getting caught up in this stuff. So do me a favor. I'm going to have to go use the restroom real quick. Let me throw on this commercial. Y'all throw up y'all pancakes, especially if you are a channel member. Use your special channel emojis. I'm going to be right back, give you some more information, give you some of my closing thoughts, And then we're going to get ready for the after show for the channel members. All right.
The plainest Jane. This is one of my favorite comments here. She says, I loves me some black. And she said, loves me some black news. She says, is it just me or does anyone else get tired of seeing people that don't look like them delivering info about them day in and day out?
So wait a minute, you ain't joined the channel yet so that you can access special perks over here with the plainest Jane?
Rolex on your wrist, a plain Jane.
Ooh, watch this. Hey, I'm the plainest Jane. I'm a cultural commentator and informant, and I provide sticky coverage on trending stories, black news, black culture, and everyday topics with a sticky, abstract perspective. So get familiar with the perks. I've carefully curated all of these things, and it's just a little exclusive glaze to amplify the way that you express yourself. So get comfortable, get used to our official emoji over here. That is the pancake stack, because it's always sticky in Hollywood and in real life, and especially when you spend the time over here with the plainest Jane. Like I said, I hope you enjoy the exclusive glaze that I've provided for you to amplify the way you express yourself, and I hope you enjoy the digital vibe. Hey, listen, I always want you to keep it sticky, but be sure to think critically and independently, regardless of what you hear from me or anybody else. But most importantly, I hope that you're feeling all right, and hopefully you've had some time to tackle some of your invisible problems. I know I got a couple of new subscribers, and I just want to say thank y'all. I really do appreciate you. And if you're not quite feeling all right, this channel right here, once you join, it's going to help you kick back and decompress always, but it'll also keep you in the know with what's happening with the best black news, celebrity entertainment, and a splash of controversy. So again, get comfortable. The first drink is on me, all right? Act like you got some sense, and I'll see you around. But don't forget to keep it sticky 24/7 by following me on Instagram, but hit that notification bell so that you always know when I upload and you get your dose of syrup first. Now, with all that stickiness being said, the most important thing I want you to remember about this neck of the woods and the plainest Jane is Black Lives Matter. And if you don't agree,
buy pumpkin. That would take you out. I don't play that shit.
Now you gotta go for real.
It's just that simple. Hey, look, whether you join or not, I do want you to stay beautiful, black, and blessed. And just know I appreciate your support. I'm your girl, the plainest Jane. And let's see what's happening in these virtual streets. You ready? All right now. This could be a crazy ride. I'm warning you now.
And we are back. Thank you all so much for throwing up your special pancake emojis and all that other good stuff. Reading transcripts is definitely something that can be somewhat tedious, especially because, listen, it can get boring, but there was a lot. There was a lot in those transcripts, and I want to know what you think. If anyone wants to call in, I dropped the link for you, okay? Let me show you this picture in color really quickly. This is the gentleman. Let me pause on this. This is the gentleman right here who was killed, okay? Who was a part of that rival gang. Remember, Young Thug rented that car back in 2014, and then on January 15, 2015, this man was killed by YSL, and the getaway car was a vehicle that was confirmed to have been rented by Young Thug. So this is I believe he was 26 years old, the creator of that rival gang. And he passed away, okay? What I'm going to do, I want to show you all this, this color picture of the, like, jail phone call situation. Here this is, okay? So this is Young Thug. You can see him right here in the darker colored shirt, throwing up his gang sign as he talks to one of his homies who is in there on a video call. And this is something that they're using as evidence. Like, you're always being watched. And so the fact that people don't feel the need to sneak to do any of their dirt, whatever it is that you're doing wrong, it's just common sense to want to sneak. But I guess, you know, common sense ain't so common in today's world. Let me address this comment on the screen. It says, if Gunna or Thug don't brag about what they do, they won't get the street cred. So bragging is required. before I even get started, because look, you a channel member, I love you, but for me to play devil's advocate, maybe you mean it's required in order for them to get like respect from street people, their consumers. I don't know.
But you're not. Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. You go to bed at night, you lay there, and you take responsibility for yourself.
This is just a very dangerous pattern. It's a very dangerous social policy that we have, deeply woven into the Black community, and I wish it would stop. It's even getting to the point where people are calling the street cred thing part of the culture. This is part of the culture that we need to extract. Like, we need to take this shit out, because and I'm not excusing shoot and kill and bang bang shoot them up. No. But I can understand that mentality. Well, listen, you just got somebody to feed. You got a family to feed. But when you, again, net worth $8 million. $8 million. And you out here just for the fuck of it, for the sake of brownie points from the streets. Doing this, again, Young Thug's baby mother just got killed, had something to do allegedly with all this gang shit. If people want to hurt you, they don't even have to come hurt you. They're going to hurt your moms, your baby moms, your family. And that's what has happened here, allegedly. Who's going to raise his kids? Young Thug is looking at a lot of time. A lot of time. Who's going to raise his kids? There has to be something that's done. There's something that we've got to be able to do as Black people, as a collective, because it takes a village. And I know that there's so much division in our community right now, especially with the passing of Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels passed away, but it seems as though his spirit has multiplied 18 times. More than that. So there's so much division amongst our community. And if we would stop glorifying this type of stuff, I think that things would be better. Does having big money make you stupid or something? Because my Lord, these people with money, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Kara Dangerous Talk, you in the chat, join. Click the link. I know that you had did a live earlier, and I know we've been talking behind the scenes about you collaborating over here since I've collaborated on your channel. Click the link, okay? If you can. So this is just a really dangerous mindset, in my opinion. And I want to get into just a couple of my thoughts. What can we do? How can we brainstorm ways to remove this toxic plague from our community? It's a shame that a lot of Black men, especially when they get all the money, all the access, all the visibility. Young Thug has so much money, it's not even funny. He could have retired. Had this indictment not happened, he could have retired tomorrow and took care of himself for the rest of his life and his family and his friends too. And it's a shame that it's a shame that as a collective Black people, when it comes to being an entertainer or in general, that he or we value street cred more than we value freedom and being able to take care and spend time with our families. See, it's all cool when you get in the, the general consensus of a head nod from your compadres in the streets, or you trying to gain the respect of rival gangs to make sure they never try you. So you want to make sure you put on this hard front for them. But who's going to raise your kids? Absentee fatherism. You had an opportunity, Young Thug, to defy the odds and to provide a presence in your life that defies statistics and defies history, and to be present. And as a matter of fact, you had already defied the odds one time by coming upon the opportunity and the talent to make as much money. How many Black men in America can have a net worth, can say that they have a net worth of $8 million? And if your net worth is $8 million, it's safe to say that you got at least 2 or 3 million disposable. And you still got residuals that are going to continue to come in regardless of what you have readily available right now. You already defied the odds by becoming as rich and as famous as you are. So why Why cripple the ability? Why fracture your ability to be a present Black man in your kid's life? We really have to get this sick mentality up out of our community and our young men. Why is it necessary? Why is it necessary to go back to the streets and get your hands dirty, even when you made it? I literally worked with a guy way back in the day in the food service industry, and he kept telling me, listen, Jane, you need to be gone by 10:50. And I had no clue. And I was a manager. He was a manager. We were shift managers at a food establishment. He's like, you need to be gone by 10:50. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I get off at 11. He's like, you need to be gone by 10:50. And I saw the look in his eyes. I left 10 minutes early, right? I didn't want to, but it was something about the way he was saying that to me, right? And we was broke. Well, I was a teenager, but he was a grown man. You need to be gone by 10:50. I get into work the next day. They're playing the cameras. He had robbed a joint. He robbed the whole safe. Now, listen, if you're a shift manager and the safe gets robbed, who's held responsible? You. So he had came and robbed the store, okay, at 11 o'clock with a gun, looked into the camera, and you can see the way they're playing the footage when I get to work the next day. He's looking in the camera. You could tell he regretted it, but he had to, based on whatever his little situation was, whoever he had to feed or whatever he had to do. And he's looking to the camera like, man, I don't want to do this, but I need this money because I got somebody or something somebody I need to feed or somebody I need to take care of. And not to say that it's right, but I get it for starving people. Like, so for Young Thug to be doing stuff like this, bragging equals snitching. Okay? So, hey, we got Kara Dangerous talk in the building. What's going on?
What's up, girlfriend? This
Thank
is quite a surprise.
It is. How do you feel? I know I saw you had a live schedule earlier and I couldn't make it because I'm busy preparing for my live. What are your thoughts about this Young Thug situation? And first and foremost, let me introduce her. Kara Dangerous is an amazing platform, okay, covering all the urban and trending topics. I've been over there. We've collaborated a couple times. I recommend that all of y'all subscribe to her channel. But Kara, what do you think about this?
Girl, let me tell you something. 88 pages of indictment. It was very overwhelming, first of all. I don't know if you felt that way when you first seen it, but I'm just like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
I just had a lawyer on my show and desperately needed that. You're so well spoken, Plain Jane, first of all.
Thank
and
you.
You do a wonderful job breaking down lots of material. I have to give that to you. I'm telling you, you do such a wonderful job. But it's the lawyer who was Landon White, he felt like I don't know if it was empathy that I needed, or maybe he felt like he was teaching me the legal way, but I don't want to look at Young Thug like he's a kid because he's not a kid. And I have empathy for people, and I don't want people to go to prison, especially not brown folks. But just like one of your people said, where's the damn common sense? Do we not have Lifetime? Do we not have forensic shows? And yeah, people do hit a maturity level at a different time. But for goodness sakes, all their rapper friends have at least 5 of them have been to prison already. And most of them have had charges. Let's say T.I., who Young Thug hangs out with a lot, he's had gun charges. You mean to tell me nobody's giving you advice? For goodness sake, on $1 million worth of game, Wallow and the other homeboy, forgot his name right now, they told him this. Are these people just going around with closed ears, closed eyes, closed mouths? Are they just totally oblivious? Are they just totally ignorant to all this? Is this not the information age?
Mm-hmm. I'm like, Bobby Shmurda taught us so much, in my opinion. And Bobby Shmurda being a DMV native, Mitch caught a body about a week ago. They got him locked up. They got him, and he kept his mouth shut. He didn't squeal on nobody, but he was involved in that body from a week ago. That song in particular, like, I just don't understand why it's a lost art to do your whatever it is that you sneaking to do, whether you sneaking to do something from your mom, your relationship, the law, your job. Why publicize it? I don't understand the infatuation. The art of being able to sneak and do things seems to be so lost upon this generation. It's sick, especially people who are hyper visible.
Just weird. I was told they may not be able to stick them with the lyrics, but it possibly could have been a friend that said a little too much, and maybe it wasn't Young Thug and Gunna. It could have been anybody over the phone, saying something that they thought was innocent, but it could be taken a different way in court. Who knows? But when you're doing crimes like that, and the bigger your circle gets, the more people you have that may snitch on you.
Mm-hmm.
And now when we look at the indictment, I don't know if you talked about this already. It's some coincidental things in there, like the alleged hit on YFN Lucci, who dated Lil Wayne's daughter. I think you can say he was the love of her life. I mean, the first love of her life, excuse me, because they're very young.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a person in the YSL gang who allegedly shot up Lil Wayne's bus, because I don't know if you remember years ago, Young Thug and Lil Wayne had a little beef because a lot of people thought that Young Thug was trying to take over Baby, and that he was kind of taking Lil Wayne's style and whatnot. So they really didn't like each other. It was more Lil Wayne kind of felt a certain kind of way, almost like he was stepping on his territory. And it's just like,
see, because you down in Atlanta, so you know about this stuff.
I'm from Georgia, and I'm a Georgia representative. You know that. Mm-hmm. That's why I can't let you go in on T.I. too much. Look, I'm sorry.
When he gonna get brought up in this stuff? Remember we was talking earlier today behind the scenes, and you were saying like, okay, is T.I. gonna get brought up in this stuff because they used to be affiliates and they did a song together? And look, all I'll say is go back and look at the lyrics of Young Thug and T.I.'s song together, and that's all I'll say.
Girl, I'm scared for folks done brought up Lil Baby, Southside. Look, if something happened to Lil Baby, I don't care who you are. Lil Baby is popping, okay? Look, I don't care. Look, y'all leave Lil Baby out of this, okay? We ain't talking about the Baby, okay? I like him too, but shit, we used to him being in trouble. Y'all leave Lil Baby alone. But you see his record label, they on one of those lists.
I'm leaving all the babies alone, because grown people calling themselves baby. I learned of the Baby first, and then Lil Baby came afterwards, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's too many babies to be keeping track of. And just like when all the dolls came out, this doll, Asian doll, I just lose my need or desire to want to keep track. So you ain't got to worry about me coming at Lil Baby. If I was to look at a picture of Lil Baby right now, I probably wouldn't even know who the hell he was, because I just can't get with these mumble rappers. It's just not my thing.
Really? Well, I want to address one of the comments from L. Okay, she's halfway right. She said, nah, Thug jumped in on the Wayne and Baby beef at the time. Wayne was battling Baby over his money, and Thug jumped in. That is true too, but if you remember, the consensus among the audience was that Young Thug was kind of a copy of Lil Wayne. Y'all don't remember that? Is that just me?
I mean, I don't, but Lil Wayne never came off as zesty to me. He just came off as more lost.
No, it was his rhyming patterns. It was more of the music and things of that nature, and his relationship with Baby that they felt like was bothering him. I'm sorry. My camera may be going out because I went live for a long time. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I can still hear you. And like I said, I only know of one Young Thug song that I know. Right. Like I said, like if there's another, I know plenty of songs that I like maybe know the chorus or the tune to, and I don't know who's singing because I just don't care to remember. I don't have time to all the songs I remember to remember the person. So the only Young Thug song that I know is the Meg and Young Thug collabo. Everything else, I don't know what he be talking about. I just don't know. So yeah, I just Lil Wayne and Young Thug, I had no clue that was a beat. I was wondering why somebody in my Discord brought up Baby. I was wondering why they brought up him. And I'm like, they were like, oh, is Baby next? I'm like, oh. I had no clue that was some affiliation.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was still on the screen making these adjustments. I hope I wasn't doing nothing crazy.
No, you fine.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just weird. Do you think he really going to get some time?
I mean, from talking with the lawyer, it seems like, it's certain ways that they can kind of play this. I don't know if you've seen Power Book Ghost, but the lawyer I had on almost made it seem like how Method Man kind of spoke with Tyreek. They have to take the stance of, how did he put it? Like, I'm a black man who found success, and I came from a rough neighborhood. Like, I cannot.
The reason why I think that might not work is because when I was doing my research earlier today, I can't remember if it was 2015, 8, 13. It was 2000 something. And he was arrested. He was arrested, Young Thug, for 6 days. And what he told the judge in order to get out was exactly what you just said. I'm successful. I got a family. I've learned my lesson. I didn't mean to defy my disobey the courts or my probation officer. I just want to go back and be a family man for my kids since I found success. So it's like you didn't already use that excuse before. What you said, you learned your lesson, and that's exactly what he said. He said, I learned my lesson. I'm sorry I defied y'all. I'm ready to do right. So you use that already. You will be able to use that defense again. And then for stuff that this serious, because the stuff where he used it on before, it was kind of like light work. It wasn't no 88-page document.
Well, like the lawyer said like in the indictment, you saw they said they have a gang sign, and the lawyer was trying to say, well, that could just be like a neighborhood thing that they do, and a lot of people do that, so they could play it from that angle too. Like, oh, just because you seen us throw this up, that's just something that people on the east side do. You know what I mean? So, I mean, when you're a lawyer, you can spin it, baby. We'll just see if they spin it in a way that can get them off.
Them lyrics are so explicit. And like I said, they might throw the lyrics out, but it's just like any other court case when they throw a certain, piece of evidence out, it's already planted the seed. People have already heard about it. So the lyrics may not necessarily be introduced, but goddamn, he wasn't even using similes and metaphor. There's no need to even decode much of what these is like. Oh, if you don't do this, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you in front of your mom. I'm gonna kill you. And I told him to do it. And what the fuck? He made it just too easy. It's no different than the R. Kelly trial, and we want to use your lyrics. Well, let's not use the lyrics. And seem like okay, they didn't use his lyrics, but everybody had heard them songs and knew what the fuck it was about, and so he's guilty. Like,
and did you see how many lyrics they brought up in the indictment? It was several songs.
It was, and they were explicit though. I only felt like there were only 2 lyrics that I didn't understand because I just don't speak that street mumble shit. But other than that, everything else was so explicit. I'm gonna shoot your mom, fuck your sister, fuck your cousin, fuck. I'm like, damn.
Will you please, after this show tomorrow, I want to see your playlist for hip hop. I mean, I'm very curious.
I'm more of like, I just need to understand what's being said in the music, and I don't understand when I listen to. If I hear a song and I'm like, what? I gotta go to azlyrics.com to get it. Like, I just don't. I'm like I'm an R&B junkie. Like, that's where I be, and I'm nostalgic. So most of the stuff I'm listening to was literally from the 99s to 2000s, 2010. I'm just a mellow music, The rap and hip hop that I listen to, it's on the radio when I'm in the car traveling or whatever. But
as long as you listen to Cara Dangerous, we can still be friends.
We be in there.
Just lie there. Like just lie, whatever.
But this is I you know what I really feel bad for? I feel bad for his kids.
Right.
Like I was saying, his mom, baby mom, passed away. I just find it to be irresponsible. And I get a lot of people feel like that's not right. They shouldn't be able to use song lyrics against you. And I agree. I don't feel like they should, but I also don't feel like you should leave a breadcrumb trail of all of your illicit, illegal activities for them to follow and put the shit together for you either. It's irresponsible when you got babies to raise. I just feel like that's so selfish. You want clout. and you'll get it at the expense of jipping your kid out of being a present Black dad, knowing how much we need present Black dads, you know?
I forgot he had children until you just brought it up.
Yeah, his baby mom just got, what was it, maybe like 2
murdered, right?
weeks ago. Yeah, and word on the street is she was killed at a bowling alley because of this gang stuff. Like I said, if you got, as niggas, if you got rivals on the streets, niggas ain't got to come shoot you to get back at you. They're going to kill your moms or your baby moms, period, point blank.
That's
what happened. It sucks. It sucks. I think it's sad.
I want to see what your people are saying. A frat is it organized?
Spend the rest of his life in jail. Yeah.
I mean, do you think somebody's going to snitch? Again?
Oh, yes.
You think so?
It's a high profile case. You know, niggas be hard as they can be until they really get in that room by themselves with, you know, with the prosecution, and they throwing the book at him and like, listen, you're looking at 27 years or whatever. Out of 28 people, you think everybody just gonna keep their lips shut? Absolutely.
No, you already seen the memes about being offered McDonald's and starting to spill the. All it took was a quarter pounder with cheese.
Child.
I would be honest. Get me a Whopper. Get me a Whopper with cheese. And a frozen Coke icy, and it may be a wrap for y'all.
It's not giving. And he got like 7 kids. Child, not another Nick Cannon out here.
What?
7 kids? And you saw all that they found in his house.
No, I did not. See, you got the information over here. You had some pictures I did not see.
Let me put it on the screen. Here we go. Okay, so we got this stuff. This was something I got my hands on. So we go back to 2013, and we can see they've been trying to get him for racketeering since 2013. So he could have been stopped this stuff, but he decided not to. So 2013, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence Group and Corrupt Organizations Act. In 2018, participation in criminal street gang activity. Now we get to the stuff from the day before yesterday, which was Monday, right? 5-9. Possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. That's not a big deal. Possession of a Schedule 3, 4, or 5 controlled substance with intent to distribute. Again, I was saying earlier, we got into the documents. There was meth, there was stolen guns, there was hydrocodone, and all that stuff. Those are some serious goddamn substances. Then we got possession of a sawed-off shotgun, sawed-off rifle, machine gun, dangerous weapon, or silencer.
And I asked, because the lawyer had said to me on my show, you know, what he said, you know, when you get to this level and you're rich, you need protection. But, okay, what about 1, 2, or 3 guns? But some of these rappers are being caught with dozens of guns, like at AK-47s, and like you said, sawed-off rifles. Or they going to war.
And that's what I'm like,
Young Thug make a song like that?
He made a lot of songs like that. I just sat here and read through. I'm rapping lyrics. I'm in the court documents. I got the lyrics, and here I am trying to rap the damn lyrics on beat because I'm like, shit. He rapped about a lot of that shit, and I'm like, for you to have a silencer, oh my god! Now somebody says 7 kids who pulling up his dress. I'm weak,
girl. I was gonna tell you to highlight that comment, but I forgot. That shit right there is funny.
I cannot. But yeah, this is just sick. I just can't believe that he and the others are so bold. I also am not fond to believe that he's in control of all of it. I'm not saying that he's not responsible for any of this stuff, but I just can't believe that somebody like a Young Thug is literally organizing all of this crime. That's just hard for me to believe. He's obviously involved in a great bit, but all of it, I don't know.
I thought about that at first too, but I mean, when you see him do interviews, certain ways that certain interviewers have talked to him is like, it seems like they know that he does stuff behind the scenes.
I
don't know if you noticed that, like when he was on the Breakfast Club, I forget what it was that Charlamagne had asked him some type of question, but he just always seemed like he was doing stuff.
Yeah.
Because think about it, this guy was wearing dresses, but all these thugs were still hanging out with him. And I know Hollywood does weird things like that, but it was something still keeping these people hanging around him. And so that's why I feel like who knows who else name will come up. That's what I'm waiting to see.
Yeah, that'll be but yeah, you're right about that. Especially the way Wallow was talking to him. Wallow knew. Wallow was trying to put him on game. He just did not want to hear it. Did you see that clip?
I did. I played that clip, part of it.
I'm hoping we don't get copyright struck for that clip. I tried to add music.
Really? Girl, they might hit me with one. I chopped it up.
Child, Wallow's so big, just like the Breakfast Club. They don't be playing games. So I'm like, let me add some music or whatever. Usually I adjust the speed too to try to help. But Fior, you up here? What you got to add to the conversation?
I just want to say, hey, ladies. At first, how you doing?
Good.
I want to talk about the culture. This culture now is different from the culture when we was coming up. Like I was just talking to my brother earlier. He's had a difficult lifestyle as well, been in the streets and stuff. And he was like, "Well, Jazz, one thing and he's a rapper too. Like me and him used to do music back in the day. And he was like, Jazz, one thing we never did was rap about what we did. Like the stuff they doing now, like I stay in North Carolina right now. And like these little young cats, they like 22, 21, 18, 19. They rapping about smoking on each other homie packs and who killed who and directly pointing out people. And I'm just like, they don't understand that the feds are going to use everything they can against your black ass. Excuse my language, but it has to be said. It's like you've already a target. You've already targeted yourself by the lifestyle you live. Why put a major hit on yourself by speaking of all the things that you do in the streets? And don't get me wrong, I love me some Thugga. Like he is on my playlist from old Thugga to new Thugga. I love Thugga. However, we cannot deny the stupid ass decisions and mistakes he made. And then it's like are the feds going to have, not the feds, even the state of Georgia, are they going to have the same energy with Cardi B? Because her case has been like pending for years now, and she raps about everything she does. So my thing is, have that same energy all around. And like you said, it's also in country music. It's also in rock and roll. Rock and roll talk about distributing narcotics and drugs like it's nobody's business. But they don't have that same energy for them because they're not of our color. So like my whole thing to this culture now is like, be smarter. Like I understand we all got to get it out the mud at one point, but every story don't have to be the same story. You know, like everybody don't have to distribute drugs to say you got it out the mud. Everybody don't have to kill somebody to say you gangster. You get what I'm saying? Like my mother used to tell me all the real thugs are dead or locked up. So you either gonna be in that category or you're gonna be considered not a thug. And so it's like, how far are you willing to go?
Yeah, I feel like it's sickening the mentality we have as soon as we do something wrong sometimes. And don't get me wrong, comparison sometimes, drawing a Venn diagram up against people who do the same thing as you, sometimes it can help you point out discrimination and shit that just ain't fair, a flawed system. But to be, well, the white people are getting away with talking about murdering and drugs. Why can't I? Like at some point that shit gonna get you caught up. You're gonna be blue in the face saying other genres. And is it right? No, it is not right that they target rap and hip hop, which means that they are targeting black people by only incriminating or using that type of shit against blacks in court. However, come on, yo, you're literally incriminating yourself with all these illegal ass activities in your music. Stop making it so fucking easy for them. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I'm just like, and then now with drill music becoming so popular, you have so many females. Like I'm a huge Nicki Minaj fan.
What is drill music? Help me understand that.
Drill music, pretty much simplified, is talking about what you do in the streets. And it's in a way of the beat of the drill music, the way you rap the music. It's become a whole complete different genre outside of rap. And my thing is, now y'all are implicating yourself to seem like you are the biggest drill rapper, especially with these females. Like the female competition of drill music has gotten so sick. It's like, now what if they start indicting your ass on this docket? Because you have to pretend to be so hard. And like, this is coming from somebody who lived that street life. You know what I mean? But just like I told my husband earlier, I had to make a decision when I had kids. Like you either gonna do this forever or you gonna find a way to get out. And people always like, oh no, when you blood in, you blood out. That's listen, that's minute when it comes to your paper. When you start making real money, you have a ticket out. You get what I'm saying? Use that money to support your family and support your community. Outside of that, you should not be seen. Not in the streets, not by your peers, not by the people you grew up in. They already jealous of your ass. Like, why keep putting a target on your back? I'm so blown away by Thugga's actions, and it's still free him. But however, your ass gonna have to sit for a little bit because you made a dumb ass mistake, and it's not even a mistake because you willingly did it. You intentionally put these, your criminal actions in a song. You got to take accountability.
Yo, I like this caller, Plain Jane. She's mature.
She be honest. She's a friend of the show. She is a supporter. You hear me?
Yeah, she covered all the bases. That's right.
I like you too. That's why I had to come up here while you was up there, because you was spitting the real. Like, you wasn't coming from I'm mightier than now type of footstool. You was like, listen, I love these same people that I'm talking about. I can respect that. Like, I really respect that.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I think me and Plain Jane, we do Black content because we love Black people. We're not doing it to hurt them, even though we gotta talk about us sometimes. But if we're gonna be criminals, why can't we be the good ones?
Be smart criminals,
Why can't we at least do it with a cause? See, you know what? When we see something like, sister went and murdered the person that murdered her brother, or mother went or father went and murdered the person who inappropriately touched their child, we be quick to be like, free them. Like, right. we be quick. Like, and that's something where, listen, we will donate to a GoFundMe, we will advocate, like, whatever. But when they come to just stupid stuff, like, you wear a blue flag and he wear a red flag, and y'all just don't like each other because y'all trying to claim blocks. But do you even be on the blocks because you be in the studio making all this money and wearing dresses and on tour? It's stupid.
What does it not get stupid ever? Like, at what point do you say that's just silly?
It is. It is. People get tired of hearing about Black on Black violence, but it's like, what's the reason? Like, I don't understand why we can't just be mature enough to stay the fuck away from people that we don't like. But we become territorial over stupid stuff. And it's just like, this is the reason why I feel like, are we ever going to be on code? I hate to sound pessimistic in the sense of, we don't be on code, we ain't unified. But if we're going to keep it honest, we don't. It's always a problem with us, whether it be on YouTube, off YouTube, in the streets. It's just sick. It's sick.
A lot of these guys who are killing each other, and I'm friends with Street News TV, who covers a lot of the violence out of Chicago that's done by the rappers. When you see a lot of them, they just look like they're demonic in the eyes. They look like evil has just took them over. When you allow evil to start, when you start playing with evil, you are in its playground. You start off with something small, and then it takes over. And you can literally see it when you look at. I love what's his name? Von's music, King Von's music. But if you look at his eyes, sometimes it's just like nothing's there. Mm-hmm. They're void. Their heart's so cold.
That's how I feel about Kodak. I'm like, something's wrong with him.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know if it's, we all love weed, but sometimes your brain got to rest. Like, sometimes, I don't know how Wiz Khalifa does it, but I'm just one of these people that believe your brain need to be sober at least sometimes. Like, don't allow, it's moderation, people.
Mm-hmm.
What you feed into, you will become. And they keep talking about death and killing. And like Ron Hurd, who comes on my show a lot, says Black people have a power of almost putting out spells when we sing and when we do different things. Your words have power. Think about all the rappers we lost who kept making albums about death, and they found their ass in the ground.
It's not even almost spells. It is. The power in the tongue is so... It's so real, you know what I mean? So when we give ourselves powerful, positive affirmations, like in the morning or whenever. And a lot of times they come to fruition if you're in tune with yourself, your chakras, the universe, and you're open to that. You are manifesting that. The same way you can manifest positivity, you can manifest negativity by repeating all the negative stuff that you either want to happen or professing negativity over your life. XXXTentacion was one of those people, we could tell he was about to check out.
Oh my God.
We could just tell. I could tell looking at him before he left. I'm just like, oh, he is. And I kind of feel like it was a suicide mission for him.
Wow.
I felt like the way he made himself available, he was speaking in past tense when, in his last couple of moments, lives or whatever. And when I'm gone, he's 20 something years old. When I'm gone. And his location was very easy to find. And I feel like he just wanted to go, and he made it easy for an op to find him. He just didn't want to do it anymore. So
he was so angry.
He was, but he also had a sweet side too. It was like he was conflicted between what he wanted to give to the public and who he was. The worst thing you can be is a soft rapper. You know how we know that is because the punchline in the joke between Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock recently was after Dave Chappelle got tackled on stage, Chris Rock gets up there and says, I got slapped by the softest rapper ever. And honestly, it was
too late. Come on.
It was late, but it was like, okay, is that even funny? But then I had to think about it. Is there a softer rapper than Will Smith? It's not. It's not. It's not. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show you like the baseline and what we expect of a rapper. We don't expect no fucking Will Smith to be violent. We never have, or hard, or just, you know what I'm saying? What makes Will Smith the hardest is the slap. And even still, he's still soft. And not to emasculate him or anything like that, but that joke being at least subpar funny just lets you know what, like, we expect a rapper to be hard. And so niggas feel conflicted being somebody that don't have any authority or scare tactic in them or street cred. And it sucks, and it needs to change.
It does need to change. But how do we get these people to listen? Because it's some people that try to help folks and they don't listen.
Yeah. And that's what I want to know. I think it definitely starts with the youth. By the time they get older, when Wallow's sitting down talking to Young Thug, it's too late. Young Thug is only 30, but he's old enough to know. If you're old enough to amass that net worth, that type of notoriety, very influential in the music game. Although I don't listen to his stuff, I ain't ignorant enough to know that he does have a lot of influence and a lot of power. If you're able to do all that, you're cognizant of way too much to act too stupid to know that being in the streets ain't gonna get you, your family, in some sort of a disadvantage for you and your family.
You know what, Jane? One of your viewers just said something that I think is important. They said, you already know. Damn, girl, are we like that? We right here? Okay, so, and you call them soft, but we have to stop doing that, because what is soft? It's soft because you don't talk about guns and you don't curse in your raps.
Mm-hmm. It's true, but it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, we interchangeable. If you're not gangster, then that's what if you're not gangster, then that is the consensus, and it's not right, and it needs to change. I would never encourage people to go out in the streets, but the fact that we all basically understood Chris Rock's joke, it lets us know what our consensual expectation is, and it sucks. I know that there are mixed reviews about like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar and even Chance the Rapper, but I wish that there were more like them, because they don't prioritize glorifying that type of behavior. So yeah.
And you making me think though, why isn't it that J. Cole and them aren't called soft, but Will Smith is? Like, what did he do?
They get called corny a lot, but they don't get called soft. I think it's the delivery. There's a big difference. And there's been a huge cultural shift. Yeah. Their delivery is that like Will Smith was like 1, 2, 3. Rap was just different at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But even, you know, I think it's really just the parents just don't understand. Like times have changed. That's all.
You is crazy.
I mean, I get it. Like parents just don't understand, but that's like a theme song to the beginning of a fucking sitcom, not a rap song. But we do need more stuff like that. And again, it's no different than how people will call Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband. They'll call him corny in a heartbeat, but all y'all be wanting a nigga that's faithful and that's gonna provide for you and whatever. They'll call it corny, but they want it though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we know what is necessary, but we'll still call what is necessary and the good shit, we'll still call it corny and soft. It's just we need to change that as a unit.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I wasn't trying to just throw you out there.
You can throw me out there all you want. I'm just like
I mean, it was a little fun, but I wasn't trying to throw you out there. But I did jiggy with you.
Just the two of us. I can get jiggy with it. It's fine. It's just come on, getting jiggy with it, and just the two of us, and parents just don't understand, are not hard songs.
Oh my god,
they are very enjoyable, but they are not hard songs.
Yeah, they are. Those songs will like get the party started though.
They will.
Okay, so now look, I got a list going. Plain Jane hates T.I. and Will Smith.
No, I like Will Smith. It's just like he's got some strong suits. It's just music ain't his strong suit, but he's capable. It's no different to Beyonce being the bomb ass triple threat that she is. But we all know her weak suit is acting. But we'll watch it.
Will Smith music. It's just that you gotta know what you're getting. Like I'm not gonna. I know what Will Smith's gonna bring. I'm not gonna expect him to do something different. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be something the whole family can listen to, and it's gonna be where he can make a lot of money because everybody can have it. So, no, okay,
no, I still get it. I like it. It's just not like hard. Like, listen, this is the thing. I'm in Baltimore, right? And there are certain times where you ride through a certain part of the hood, and you better not get caught listening. It's literally survival. I can't go through a certain part of downtown Baltimore listening to Hillary Duff and no shit like that, because you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. You got to put on the hardest shit that you can find on your motherfucking phone or your iPod. Like that's what you have to do. And Will Smith ain't one of them things that I'm about to put on when I drive down there. That's what I'm saying.
No, I got you. That's hilarious. I'm just looking at me. I look like I'm burning up in the sun. I'm sorry, guys.
I like Will Smith. I just,
Are you sure?
I do. I love me some Will Smith. And I feel like he is worth forgiving. I feel like the 10-year ban is too much. I feel like the Oscars ain't shit for trying to throw him under the bus, lying and saying we asked him to leave and he refused. Come to find out you didn't ask him to leave. You were trying to save face because you were catching backlash from everybody else. Like they did him so dirty. Like that was so uncalled for.
I don't think they really wanted him there anyway, because when he gave that protest years ago, so I do agree. I think that was an overkill.
It was. It absolutely was. And Jim Carrey ought to be ashamed of himself. And that was somebody else too, another black guy. But yeah, I like Will Smith. I love the Bel Air. What is it? A comedy drama? It's a drama comedy, I would say. I would put drama before comedy. And the spin-off. I do love Will Smith. I ain't even gonna stunt. It's it's just his music is, yeah.
That don't even make no sense. And the new rapper to go to prison up there is Pooh Shiesty.
Oh Lord have mercy. And my homegirl kept trying to tell me about him like a year and a half ago. And I'm like, girl, not you talking about somebody named Pooh Shiesty. Who the fuck is that? Like what?
He's the one that's the young thug in that lineup.
I know who he is now, but I'm like, a Pooh Shiesty. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like you've got to be. These are all the rappers that are, well, not all the rappers, but a great deal of the visible or known rappers who are incarcerated right now.
Look at poor Tay-K. Tay-K, young in the street life, had that one hit song. He could have really blown up, but he can't go from behind bars, so it won't be happening. I mean,
these men get money and they feel like they still need rap culture. You know what? It would hurt my heart if I had a son who told me that he wanted to be a rapper. It would break my because it seems like there's only one way out, or you're either going to get killed, Vaughn, or always have to look over your shoulder and be in a dangerous situation or be in jail for the rest of your life. What are the other alternatives?
But I think a good thing to keep in mind is everyone that's ended up that way was in the street life prior to the entertainment industry. So it's not like it's people who are getting in the industry who came from just being I guess I'll use the word square, or they went to school and whatnot and they did what they were supposed to do. The people who end up that way were previously in the street life. You could tell your son, be like J. Cole, son, you may be corny, but that'll keep you safe. And there's nothing wrong with being corny, because the corny people at the end win. How about that?
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. You just got to worry about that peer pressure. That, you just got to worry about that peer. And, Hollywood eats people up and spits them out alive. And damn well if they're gonna do it, Hollywood will eat up and spit out a white person alive. You think they ain't gonna do that to a black? We talk about Britney Spears behind the scenes all the goddamn time. They eat her up and they spit, and that is a white woman with privilege, and they still ate her up.
Girl, I thought you was about to say something about that sway. It really bothers me. I'm sorry.
So I just it sucks between Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan. There's so many, and if the white women are getting ate up and spit out, it's even more difficult for the black men to have a chance.
Not to interrupt you on your own show, but Sean S. in your comments saying the irony of Vaughn being killed while trying to fight it out, and a little boy pulled a gun. I mean, think about how many times Vaughn pulled his gun. So it's just like when you're a murderer, it's fair game. If I know I'm going up against a murderer, that's not when I'm going to choose to have a safe fight. I'm sorry, I'm not. Allegedly.
I guess, child. Let me tell you something. Lil Vaughn got killed, and I'm not trying to be insensitive. I don't follow it. So I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then everybody just kept putting him and Lil Durk in the headline. So I finally just caught the context clue. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just following that gang shit. For me, I have a sensitive spirit too. So, even being a blogger, if I'm covering certain things that are heavy, I'm going to have to tap into my comedic side just to understand it, or I'm just not going to get into it. It's hurtful to see how many black people, and then to follow their drama. First of all, here's the thing that I realized about Durk a while ago. He's involved in more drama than women. It makes no sense. Every time I turn around, he's arguing or spelling out something with the damn dollars on the steps and doing this and doing that. I'm like, yo, this is drama on the internet. Either pull up and fight or shut the fuck. Every day y'all sending out signals with different little cryptic social media posts.
Who, Durk?
Yeah.
Girl, I'm gonna have to school you on this stuff. Look, I'm gonna have to introduce you to some information about these folks so you can get what's going on. That's a whole line of issues that Durk and them have. Their neighborhood they come from in Chicago. What is it called? The wet block. I can't even remember right now. And it's the easiest thing because they talk about it all the time. Is it 800?
I'm like,
I don't know.
It gives me a headache trying to keep. I'm like, if it takes more for me to keep up with the men's drama than it takes for me to keep up with the housewives, there's a fucking problem here.
Yeah, the thing is, I was trying to remember to tell you was King Von. The reason why people took that a certain way is because that dude was talented. Talk about Pop Smoke. King Von was right there with him. When you listen to him rap, I'm a rapper myself. When you listen to him rap, he was a great storyteller. I mean, like when we grew up, it was Nas. I mean, Nas didn't do this kind of street music King Von was doing, but he had that storyteller element and he did it well. And he worked the camera good. So from that angle, it was really sad to lose him, not just as another black young man losing his life, but he was actually very talented, and I would have loved to see how he would have turned out.
Damn. See, I don't know nothing about them, and all of them get the sounding the same to me. The names be all similar. When I found out there was a the baby and the little baby, I said, "Fuck it, I don't give a shit about remembering the difference between." Because I'll be damned, like.
Oh, it's the old block. I got to get that right because I'm supposed to know better. King Von and Dirt, they from the old block.
Wait, you ain't throwing up no gang signs, is you? What's going on?
No, I was just old. Oh, no, you don't pull that Oprah on me.
What's going on? No. Hold up.
Wait a minute. What is going on?
What's happening? What is going on? See, I don't know, and I'm like, look, I just feel like it's a lot and it's unnecessary, like fighting with people all the time. Like, I understand the dispute every now and then, but there's just an overage of it, and it's so divisive. And to follow it, for me, when I follow a certain drama, that's why I like my drama in light doses. I don't mind reality television because half of it's scripted, half of it is real. But following like real life drama, especially real life drama that seems like it's going to result in death, which a lot of it in the entertainment industry, when it comes to hip hop and rap, it hurts my spirit if I take it in and really read it slowly and know all the intricacies. There was a time when I was following YouTube drama so much, and YouTube drama don't really be ended in death, but it hurt my spirit so bad that I went to bed crying one night, and the drama had nothing to do with me. So I'm like, for me and my spirit, I'm like, look, I am not following these street niggas. It doesn't make sense. So I love hearing the regurgitations. I appreciate you schooling me, and I love the cliff notes. But for me, when I do research, I'm extensive. I will fall down the rabbit hole because I like to be thorough. So I'm like, for me to fall down the rabbit hole and really be following what these niggas is doing and how dangerous it is, and think about how they got kids, it hurts my feelings, and I'm not even involved. So I just be having to guard my mental peace and watch how much I research some fuck shit.
Now, I don't know if you know this, Plain Jane, but I didn't want to get too deep with you, but I'm actually, I love doing this. I'm actually an empath as well, if that's what you're trying to get at. But so I have these moments where I can't deal with it either. Like my channel, I used to talk about just positive Black messages and what we need to do as a people, but I had to step back from that because when I see so many people still being ignorant, it just makes me upset. And I said, you know what, let me start doing a little celebrity news to give my head a break. You know what I mean? Because I need some time to myself. And I just didn't want to do heavy topics that much anymore. You know, I gotta have a balance. So I definitely understand. It's ignorant when I enjoy loving hip hop and all that, but after a while, it's like, who knows women in their 40s who sit around, argue with each other, and throw drinks on each other? I don't know women like that. Do you know women like that?
Nah.
No,
they really throw hands where them girls on Love and Hip Hop, they rely on security to protect them. Whereas around here, go ahead, talk that shit if you want to.
From Baltimore, my bad. You okay? I forget you from, and I'm from Mac.
And that's why, like,
Baltimore.
It's difficult for me to have patience for people who literally go back and forth. But I'm like, are y'all going to fight or not? Otherwise, it's stupid. Y'all been going back and forth for months on the internet, pressing fucking buttons, being a keyboard warrior. It get dumb to me because I know if I'm angry with somebody, I don't mind duking it out and going about our business. May the best woman fucking win, and let's call it a day. If you think about the beef with you for months, year at a time, you're fucking crazy, bitch. Let's meet up and throw hands and call it a day and get it over with.
Allegedly, Jane, haven't you learned anything tonight?
I'm saying if I ain't talking about nothing dead.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I just find it to be stupid when people sit back and you gotta think these people are angry, typing on, I'm gonna kill you. They sitting back here. I'm like, how long you gonna do that? When y'all gonna prove who's really the bigger person? Because at this point, y'all just proving who can type in caps more, who got better words, and the shit is dumb to me. Y'all either gonna fight or you're not gonna fucking fight. Otherwise, it's childish. Anything more than 2 responses, 3 responses, back and forth on the internet is stupid to me, and I lose interest and I call it dumb.
Baltimore in the building. Okay, Jane, I ain't seen you riled up like this in a minute.
It's just crazy to me.
Can I ask you a question? Since this is my first time over here, I'm like a virgin. When can we go to the bushes? I want to go to the bushes.
Let's go to the bush and weep. I don't be playing about these games. Like, people just want to sit on the internet going back and forth. I ain't got time.
It was gone.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep. I just have to go in the bush and weep. Really. I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
It's just what it is. It's stupid.
You're a gutter snipe.
Years. They be beefing for years and months. I'm like, y'all wasting time. Y'all got shit to do. Like, right? You're not about to antagonize me for months. Is you crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's giving somebody control of every time you log on. You gotta worry about what they done just said to bug you. Bitch, let's pull up. Come on, do you want to meet in the parking lot? No. You just want to sit back behind your keyboard? You ain't shit. You ain't about shit.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover too, but I'm also not a let's sit up online and go back and forth for months.
Do you believe that, Jane?
What, that you a lover, not a fighter? I do, but I think you a fighter too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You got that deep southern accent.
I'm about to say, if you ain't learned nothing yet, you better know
you
it.
got that deep southern accent, child. You be getting serious.
Right.
They said Jane hit with the Andrew Caldwell. Yes, because listen, I'm tired of it. We're not gonna go back and forth forever.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to grow up. Grow up. Tired of telling y'all to grow up. Y'all need to stop it. I'm tired of it, y'all. You ain't finna work me out.
When I tell you I was screen recording him this day, I was so glad I caught it because I'm like, this is exactly how I feel. I'm tired of it, y'all. Y'all not gonna wear me out.
I can't stop cheesing on here.
I can't stop.
Oh, look at your folks. They shouting you out, girl. Okay.
Chat, listen, they know how I get feisty every now and then. I have my little
when we gonna do our cleavage show? Our cleavage.
What? Don't get me no sexual nudity strike.
Was I not supposed to put that out there?
See, look, they know I'm a little feisty over here. I get my little professionalism so that I can report and be taken seriously. But when I get feisty, yeah, I get feisty. Yeah, because sometimes it needs to happen. People need to know. They take it as a joke. Oh, she's so well spoken and articulate and nice. And yeah, bitch. But I got a side too. Don't play.
Is it me? I called you well spoken. Is it me that's it? Did I not know? Is it me? Shit. Is it me, Jane? If it's me, just say it's me.
It ain't you.
Okay,
it ain't you.
Gosh. Whew.
But I appreciate you coming on and schooling me and the girls and the guys who are in the audience.
Thank you so much. I hope I added something to your show.
You absolutely added things. There's a lot that I didn't know that you brought. I can't wait to learn more from you, especially as it pertains to what the rap scene in Atlanta and beyond. Because you even said something about Chicago and other stuff like that. Because when I tell you I'll be lost, and I said that's why I'm gonna talk about this because I'm non-biased. It's not like I got a dog in this fight. But child, young Thug Gunna, let me tell you something. I didn't even know what Gunna looked like.
He looks like a pug that wears cool clothes, a human pug.
It wasn't until Chloe started dating him that I knew what he looked like. Because I had heard his name, and I'm like, you want me to learn the name of a gun? A gun. You know what I'm saying? Like Pooh Shiesty, a gun. Like, I'm not doing it. But Chloe Bailey is my girl. So, you know, I be checking it on her. And I'm like, I saw his face, and I'm like, he's got one of those faces that are not memorable to me. It's just
he looks like a pug.
Yeah, him and Tank. You can't remember their faces. If anything was to ever happen, and the sketch artist would be like, explain to me what he looked like. It's just not memorable. Like, so anyway, and I also don't know none of his music. Like, so I
push a P.
And that's all I knew.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I'm like, so let's go ahead and find his name in the transcripts. Let's find Thug's name in the transcripts and let's see what happened. And when I was doing my research for the video, I found a lot of pictures of the two of them together. I'm like, okay. I guess they were cool, label mates, friends, gang associates. Who knows?
Yeah. Yes, Gigi, Gunner is short. A lot of rappers are short. I'll tell you that. I met a lot of them. They short.
Child. T.I. definitely is.
Well, he's not as short as a lot of rappers, though.
He's definitely a medium fry.
You think so?
I saw his ass in person.
Well, I think I'm taller than you, though, and he wasn't that shorter than me, I don't think.
He was up on the tall stage and still looked like a medium fry.
You think so?
I am 5. I'm 5'5" and 3/4.
Wait a minute. You 5'5"?
Yeah, I'm a little shorty do-up.
People think I'm short, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not the tallest, but I'm 5'10".
Girl, bye.
Yeah, and I've met T.I. at my old job like 3 times.
Did he call you a bitch?
And I got a picture with him. No, but he was a little. Well, I have to tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's cool. He's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My T.I. is 5'1". I'm a weak. They said I look tall. Yeah, you know the camera be doing numbers. The camera be doing numbers. I'm not tall.
So when I see you, I gotta go like this.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And don't look at my gut because I got a little gut right now.
Me too.
But I got a little rumpa-dump-dump. But it's all good.
Rum-bum-bum-bum.
Look, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. It is 1:13 in the morning.
Wrap it up there. Damn, why I gotta be on Amazon? I'm sorry, I'm being ignorant. I'm just talking too much. I'm sorry.
Tall. Now I got your accent rubbing off. Let me get back to Baltimore.
That was cute. Oh my God.
You got me down in Georgia. Let me get away. Let me get away from Georgia, child. Let me get away. Thank you so much, Kira, for coming on. You all make sure you subscribe to Kira Dangerous channel. She also talks about a lot of urban trended topics, and she also interviews a lot of really important people in the industry that you may not know about, that you need to know about, or you may have forgotten about. So definitely make sure you subscribe to her channel and show her some love. Okay.
Thank you so much. And I love Jane. I want y'all to know I be in her DMs talking to myself, but she shows up sometimes so I don't feel crazy.
Listen, we be chatting, but it's good. We will talk. You enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you after the live.
Yes.
See you.
See you. Peace.
All right. Bye. All righty. Where do we go now? Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. We went to a commercial already. I just have a little bit of additional information to give you all about RICO. That was a nice call in. Thank y'all for calling in. And Jamal, you had called in, but you dropped off. I had brought you up 2 times and you dropped off. But nonetheless, let's continue to talk about RICO, right? So Young Thug, there has not been a date yet set for his bond hearing. He will remain in the Fulton County Jail, okay? To continue a little bit further, let's just talk about RICO, the Racketeering Act. In case you don't know about it, I'm familiar with it from the R. Kelly case, but it can be something that sounds quite confusing to other people. And like I said, RICO is becoming more and more creative as a way to charge, celebrities. If you've got money, if you've done anything illegal once or twice, you are liable to, be looked at for RICO. So let's talk about it. You know that RICO stands for the Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act. It was developed to fight organized crime, and it was enacted in 1970 after being signed into law by President Richard Nixon. Okay, so Young Thug, he has thrusted into the common but complex charge of RICO, and they call it complex, but I call it creative, actually. And it is complex, but it's also very creative. So federally, RICO was originally intended to be used to combat the mafia. If any of you all have seen any of the old classic mafia movies, when, the Italians and their slick back hair and their leather jackets, that is what it was initially intended for. And it draws from a list of 27 federal crimes and 8 state crimes committed repeatedly over the course of a 10-year period. So those crimes can include fraud, theft, computer crimes, embezzlement, credit scams, investment schemes, human trafficking, illegal gambling, bribery, kidnapping, murder, money laundering, counterfeiting, and various drug charges. So there's a lot that can fit underneath of that umbrella. And honestly, I was talking to one of my good homegirls earlier today, and she was just like, what's the difference between a celebrity tricking or, having sex with someone and maybe giving her some sort of financial compensation, and her flying across state lines, and human trafficking? And I'm like, it's interesting because it gets pretty creative when there's someone going across state lines. In the state of R. Kelly, it just so happened that he had so many minors involved that it was easy to kind of nab him on the Mann Act and RICO. There's money involved, right? Even though the women are willing to go across state lines and accept the trip or the flight or the hairdo or the bag or the money or whatever in exchange for their time, whether the time be just for sex, companionship, whatever the case is. But just like in a consensual sexual situation, right? And I'm not saying that this is the case with R. Kelly. However, the line in the sand gets really blurry if a woman decides to say, well, this was rape and it wasn't consensual. And it's one person's word against the other. Who knows what really happens? It kind of becomes the same when it comes to RICO as well. Did the woman feel like she voluntarily wanted to go across state lines? Is she going to turn around and say, or is the testimony going to be, I was forced to do this or go here or go there and accept this, or I was given that? And that is where that line in the sand kind of comes in. The Justice Department has used RICO to dismantle multiple crime families, including the Gambinos, and has also helped to weed out corruption in several city police departments, including those in Key West and Los Angeles. Prosecutors have also used RICO to try to dismantle several street gangs and helped in prosecuting businesses that break federal law. So I want to talk really quickly and just about to wrap it up. Georgia's RICO statutes are similar to the federal version, but are much broader in the criminal enterprise. They don't have to be around as long, and Georgia is one of only 33 states that has its own RICO statute. However, in both state and federal laws, a pattern of criminal enterprise has to be established. So recently, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, which is where young Thug Gunna and all the other 26 YSL-ers have been indicted, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office recently hired a RICO expert, and it's investigating potential efforts by former President Donald Trump and others to influence last year's general election. So violating RICO carries a maximum of 20 years and a fine that is greater of $25,000 or 3 times the amount of pecuniary gain. Pecuniary gain. That's financial gain. Okay. So under RICO, victims impacted can seek civil recourse without the defendant being able to hide behind the bankruptcy skirt, judgment, or restitution. So that is what is going on with RICO. In the chat. So that is what the RICO is, and it can be pretty confusing, but listen. There's a new person in the chat. Thug is a gangster, bro. I'm sure he can get people out of the hospital bed or call cell block. Bangers work for gangsters. Well, okay. Thank you for giving your thoughts. 95N285S. That's an interesting screen name. But nonetheless, listen, this was definitely information, and I hope that I provided some entertainment value as well. And thank you so much to Kira Dangerous for coming through and helping with the entertainment value. And also my other homie who came on here, I forget her name, Fiona. Fiona, I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong. But thank you so much for coming on and helping just to add some entertainment quality to this video, because going over a buttload of transcripts and all of that stuff and information overload, it can get pretty boring and or pretty tiresome. Okay. So listen, everyone, I hope that you all have an amazing evening. It is 1:21 a.m. over here in Baltimore. Okay. Be sure to tag me in all your favorite trending topics on Instagram and on Twitter. If you want a sticky note, be sure to check the community tab. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking the community tab and engaging. I will give you all a sticky note tomorrow in a video. Okay. I love to give you all sticky notes, which are my personalized motivational quotes. But I like to give you the sticky notes in videos where they're typically about more than one topic. So if you want a dose of some motivation, be sure to check out the community tab, and then you will get some verbal motivation from me in tomorrow's video. Well, actually today's video, because it's already Thursday. But listen, don't forget to relax. Don't forget to do something to decompress today, this evening, tomorrow, whatever it is that you need to do. And I also have to remind myself as well, believe it or not, to my faithful subscribers, and some of y'all that follow me on Twitter already know, okay, Fior, as I say it. You already know. Listen, yesterday I was so tired. I was running on fumes so bad yesterday. And I felt bad. I felt guilty I like to publish a piece of content at least every day, Monday through Friday. And I feel bad if and when I can't. But I was running on empty. I was literally running on E. And I felt bad for not being able to publish any content for you all yesterday. But I'm glad that I got the rest because I needed it. I literally got off of work and my body just said Control Alt Delete shut down. And I had the transcripts yesterday, but I'm glad that my body shut down, and I'm glad that I had more insight and more time to do more research to give you a video that was full of more quality than anything, as opposed to me really being focused on quantity, which is uploading as much as possible, but not being focused on the quality and the information that I could give you all. So I was disappointed in myself, and I still low-key feel like, yo, I should have went live yesterday. But I'm glad I got my rest. So thank you all to the folks who did catch my little sneak tweet on Twitter. And I was like, I slept good, even though I was sad. You all was like, listen, I'm glad you got some sleep, because those of you all who follow me know that I be neglecting myself a lot just to break my back to make sure I can consistently provide you all content. Consistency is key. You take 1 or 2 days off, the algorithm forget who the hell you is. They ain't even sending out notifications about whatever you got going on. So thank you all for following my personal journey, the information I provide. Thank you all for respecting me, my content as an entertainment journalist. And let me tell you this. Y'all have no clue how many messages I've gotten over the last 3-4 days about other bloggers who have stolen my research and stolen my content. I've gotten so much. My inbox is literally flooded from people who are like, yo, did you know this person, this blogger, whatever, was running off with your research and not even giving you. I'm glad y'all see it. And, you know, and it's interesting. You know, I had 102,000 subscribers, lost them. I'm sitting here with less than 5,000 subscribers. And it's like, who wants to see me get back to 100K? So instead, it's like, let's steal this really good, very accurate research, pass it off as mine, not give her credit so that she can stay down there where she's at. So that's really interesting. But you know what? I'm glad that people see it, because if I was to come out and really speak up and out against the people the large ass people who are stealing my content and stealing my research, I would be looked at as a bitter Betsy or a salty Susan. And I'm not. It's just that, listen, be honest. Just say where you got the information from. Just say it. But listen, thank you all so much for recognizing what you see out here. Listen, I don't want no problem. This is why I don't talk about YouTubers on my channel. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts on all the things that we discussed today. All right. Let me know how you feel about this entire 88-page indictment involving YSL, the 28 people, Young Thug, Gunna. How do you feel it looks for them? Do you feel like it's fair? Do you feel like it's not fair? Do you think that the government is pinning some stuff on them? Do you think that this prosecutor has a hidden agenda and she's trying to make a career for herself by just slapping RICO on everything so that she looks amazing? Any and all thoughts, I can't wait to hear from y'all down below. I really want to know, what are your thoughts about the state of rap and hip hop music, with rappers not being able to make music without incriminating themselves? What are we going to do as a community to instill different values, a different set of values into our young Black men and women? I think that that's a really important discussion and a dialogue that we need to have. I don't mind fostering the discussion, but I would love to know how you all feel about it. And I would be very open to having a panel discussion about some of these solutions and what we can do as a village, as a community, to really improve that. Because I do think that it's a sickness to make it financially and to feel like you still got to do deviant shit in order to be cool. Like there's something that's got to be wrong, that you feel like you need that, and you need to put your presence in your kid's life in jeopardy for the sake of clout in the streets. Like that seems to be a a derivative of a mental illness. But look, nonetheless, I'm wrapping it up. I hope y'all have an amazing Thursday. The week is almost done. The week is almost done. So look, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all thumbs up or down. Either way, I appreciate it. But make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of this celebrity or trending syrup. Y'all know things are always sticky in Hollywood and in real life. And throw up some of them pancake emojis. Y'all make sure y'all stay beautiful, black, and blessed. Until the next time. I'll catch you next time. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there. But hold up, wait a minute. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. The KKK is a criminal organization. Okay, that is organized crime, right? Like, I understand T.I. posted this on his page. However, it was a tweet that went viral before he posted it. So it wasn't an original thought on his behalf. You know, he had to jump into the conversation just to defend somebody who's really been out here doing dirt. I don't know when the KKK is going to be indicted. But honestly, they never will, right? The KKK is organized crime. It just became illegal to lynch folk, and not even in all states, just in some. That is organized crime to discriminate and kill Black people every day on the streets. The government is a gang. When is the KKK going to be indicted? They never will. But y'all stay beautiful, black, and blessed until the next time. Deuces. But that's it. If you want to catch more of my commentary on Black culture or vital and trending information, be sure to subscribe by hitting that little circle in the middle of the screen, or I'll catch you in one of these rectangles to the right in another video. I'll see you there.